Who did?
One of the guys from America or Canada or something.
Sick. Hello and welcome. Can you hear us? Can you see us? This is round 3, Terracon 2019. It is joined by myself, Adam Camilleri, and we have the lovely Nick Kelly with us. Unfortunately, Diffie couldn't stick around. He has a family. What a weird set of life choices that was. Because he could be here, but he's not. All right. Can you confirm how our levels are, how our noise levels are, how our voices are? Thank you for those who have joined us. We have Jack playing Space Wolves. This is Jack Potter playing Space Wolves versus Andrew. Shit, what is Andrew's surname? Oh, what is Andrew's surname? Andrew Sheppard, who is playing Astra Militarum. Now, he is listed as Astra Militarum, but he is Imperium. And he has a lot of AdMech. And the other gentleman is Space Wolves, but he also has Knights, so he's also Imperium. So it's Imperium versus Imperium, so it's not really what is represented there. Can we get, so, Doots 90, can you hear us? Are we coming through loud and clear? Somebody confirm. Because other than I'm running without Joshua Diffie, there is a slight chance that I don't know what the fuck's going on. George? Perfect, thank you so much, brother. Alright, let's hit you with some lists. What do you want to hear first? Jack?
I like this.
He likes Jack's?
Yeah.
Alright, you want to read it out?
Alright, so Jack is opting for Njal Stormcaller and a Wolf Lord, kitted out with a Storm Shield, a Jump Pack, Armor of Rust, Thunder Hammer, who is your Warlord. I like Njal. I don't know about you, Adam, but I'm a big Njal fan.
I'm a bit of an Njal fan, yeah.
3 units of Blood Claws to fill out the rest of the battalion. Unit of 7 Wolfen.
So it's eight Wolfen.
Oh, he's got the Wolf Pack leader, yep.
7 with Thunder Hammers and Storm Shields, and 1 with Frost Claws.
Sweet.
What?
That is going to punch.
What the fuck?
That is going to kill so much stuff.
Yeah, they're butchers.
He's rocking a Land Raider Crusader, kitted out with Hurricane Bolters.
Yep.
Awesome.
So you see Nick a bit more?
He's got a Razorback, dedicated transport.
Just the HBs and a Storm Bolter.
Yep. A couple of Armageddon Warglaives. They're the combat ones.
They're the combat ones. Yep, that's correct.
Sweet.
And lastly,
Crusader.
Yep.
Love it. House
Krass Crusader, and he's at 1,999 points. So there'll be no assassins in this list.
That's a sweet list.
Yeah, it's a good list. So he's got 2 Armagers with a Crusader to go and play aggressive punchy punch, along with the Wolfen in the Land Raider. I'm assuming he hasn't got unfortunately he hasn't got 3 units of Blood Claws. He's got 2 units of Blood Claws, 1 unit of Grey Hunters, and you got to assume the Grey Hunters will be going in the Razorback. That's just the assumption. Over to Andrew Sheppard's list. Now this one is quite good. I like it. He has a brigade, which is Astra Militarum. They are Vostroyan, so plus 6 inches to their range, and I think that's about it. He has 2 company commanders, one of them having Grand Strategist and the Vostroyan armor of Graf something rather. And I think that just means he just survives a bit longer. Another company commander with the Laurels of Command relic, so he's already buying an additional relic. He has a Primaris Psyker with a 4-stave, Night Shroud and Psychic Barrier, which is the only 2 powers we're taking. Night Shroud's -1 to hit, Psychic Barrier's +1 armor, yep. It's really good. He's got his 6 infantry squads, bare bones, no mortars, no nothing. 3 units of servitors. For his elite shots, fast attacks, 3 scout sentinels, just with multi-lasers, as cheap as you can get.
Yep.
And then rounding that off is 3 units of mortars, so it's really quite a cheap 611 point brigade, so that's a lot of fucking CP.
Yeah.
And then he has, and this is Mechanicus, and this is, what is this?
Rizza.
No, but what detachment is it? It's a battalion.
It's a battalion.
Yeah, it's a battalion. So he has a Tech Priest Engineer and a Tech Priest Manipulus. That's the new guys, the chubby one.
Yep.
He has Cataphron Destroyers with Phosphor Blasters and Plasma Culverins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. It's got 8 of them, so that's 8d6 Plasma Cannon shots, and they can go +1 damage, +1 to wound. So that's phenomenal damage output. Then he has 2 units of Rangers to round out the requirements. Then lastly he has a Spearhead Detachment. This one's Mars, and he has a Tech Priest Engineer. He has a Cybernetic Datasmith, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4 robots, all DACA. All DACA on his robots, and then he has 2 Onagadun crawlers, one of them with an eradication beamer, the other one with a neutron laser.
That's a lot of stuff.
But I saw something here. I thought I saw that he had purchased a. Oh no, so he has. Yeah, he has purchased a assassin in his list. So he's got. I just said that, and his opponent heard me and said, "Oh, what assassin are you picking?" And then Andrew was like, "Oh, haven't picked yet."
I usually remember about just as we start turn one.
Yeah, fair call.
That is a lot of stuff.
It is. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of command points. It's a lot of kills, but it's a lot of killing power. But the killing power is all wrapped up in his Onagers, the United Castellans, and the United Cataphrons. Apart from that, he's not going to get much output from the guard. The guard's just pretty much there as meat shields and doing what they do. The servitors are very interesting. So he's managed to put servitors in with his admech, and he's paid for the specialist servitor maniple, which means that he can turn those servitors. I'm not sure if you know about this. When those breaches die, so the destroyers rather, he can kill servitors and turn them back into cataphrons and bring them back to life.
Sacrifice them and get them
Yeah, and just bring one back. So that'll be why he's got this. That's really cool, man. It's really cool. So it looks like we are into the deployment phase. And if you've got any questions about the lists, guys, thank you for those who have joined us this late on your either early Friday morning for the US, or Saturday evening for us in Australia. These two gentlemen are both undefeated. They are both on a combined 73 out of a possible 84. I think you can get 42. So 84. So they're on 73 out of 84. George, Admech are in a very good place in the meta. Looks like we've got some hammer and anvil goodness here. So it looks like they've mapped out. Yeah, they've mapped out hammer and anvil for sure.
Yeah.
Which you don't even need to on these. That's something that's really good about these mats. They've already got hammer and anvil marked out for you. They've got Dawn of War marked out for you there, and they've even got the middle line. See these 3 dots? That's your middle line for Vanguard. So if you draw a line over those dots, then you can just go 12 inches from the line. So they're really well thought out, these fat mats. And those of you who don't have them, probably invest in one. They're really good. So
Oh, that's cute. You call that muffin?
one of the players has just asked Chelsea to help him get his partner into Twitch so she can watch.
Gotta wait, and then we can shout out to her.
We will give her a shout out when she's here.
I've done what you did last round, buddy. I put a hole in a bottle of Coke, and now I'm going to clean it up.
Nice. Well, that's a bad idea. So it looks like this is a tit for tat. That looks like, I actually don't know what that is. That's just some sentinels up front. These 3 scout sentinels front and center. Across from him we have the Crashed Crusader, we have the Land Raider, we have the 2 Warglaves, and we have the Immolator. Looks like, sorry, not the Immolator. Not the Immolator, friggin' the Razorback. So it looks like he's deployed really aggressively, which is the right play, seeing as that's just literally how his army's going to work. Maybe holding the Christ Crusader back and set him up just on this objective and then push everything else forward. That might work pretty well. The Admech list is quite defensive. It doesn't have it has no damage output in melee. Like in melee, it literally doesn't do anything. So I think it's going to be an interesting game. If he backlines with the Onagers, he backlines with the Cataphrons and the Destroyers, he has enough firepower to put down whatever he likes whenever he wants to. The problem will be, I think the Space Force player is 100% going to want to go first and get the jump on him. If he can move forward, pop smoke on the Crusader, get another one of -1 to hit from Majal casting the spell on him, being -2, that'll force him to just shooting at things he doesn't want to. And that might let the Wolfen get very deep into his lines and possibly even, so they're going to kill whatever they touch, the Wolfen. Literally whatever they touch is going to die. The problem being that that is also the problem. If they just go into Guardsmen, they're all dead, and then they just get shot to death. Sam Dutney just pledged $10 via Patreon. Thank you so much, dude. That is massively appreciated. Thanks heaps for the support. Man, what a champ.
Yeah.
Sam, you're a legend.
Good day.
You're an absolute champion. Fuck, good dude.
Some peppermint chocolate.
You can absolutely have some peppermint chocolate. If you We've got Chelsea here. She wants to stay off screen. She doesn't think we're quite ready for her to make her debut. Like, yeah. The stream numbers will just explode. So it looks like the Spatial player is pretty much deployed in his entirety. This is a 4 objective mission, and I believe they've chosen their secondaries. Let's have a quick gaze. So Jack playing the Space Wolves, well, Space Wolf primary, I guess. He has going Gangbusters, which is the correct choice due to the destroyers, due to the Cataphront breaches. So Castellans, Cataphrons, Castellans, whatever. He's gone old school, which probably a mistake, but I guess he's going aggressive, so he has a chance to get Linebreaker and a chance to get Warlord. And his Warlord is just a company commander, so he can be picked up by any old bastard. Chelsea, Diffie is absolutely right. Chelsea 100% chopped us out at CanCon and was an absolute
I got
legend.
two free dinners out of that. That was
You did,
pretty good.
yeah, you did.
I heard free dinner.
Free dinner.
No. I got free dinner. You don't get free dinner.
And his last choice of secondaries is the Reaper, which is absolutely the right choice. So his opponent has 60 Guardsmen infantry. So just picking up those alone is getting you 3 points there. Andrew playing the Astra Militarum and Astra Militarum. It's not even Astra Militarum primary. It's freaking AdMech primary. But he has gone Big Game Hunter, right choice. He's got 2 Baby Knights, a Big Knight, and then the Land Raider and the Razorback. So he can leave the Knight alone if he wants and still score all those points. Then he's gone for old school, and he hasn't picked his third yet. So, no, I'm not sure. Could you remind him to chuck in his third, please?
But just quickly,
Dude, thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much for signing up for Patreon. We just had that come up that he'd signed up for $10. Dude,
dude.
Thank you so much, man. Much
What a
appreciated.
what a guy.
What was your question, brother?
No question. I just heard something that I never thought I'd hear talked about in 8 Dead. Walked past the table and the guy said, "I like going second."
Yeah.
That is foreign to
So
me.
they've because of the sheer weight of freaking dice you can throw in.
Yeah.
8th edition has historically been a game you wanted to go first in, but these mission structure, on top of that, with the new addition of prepared positions, they're really trying everything they can do to weight it back to being somewhere in the middle. And the stats say, people since we started gathering them in Down Under Pairings, you're going second is 1% better than going first.
Really?
It's 51 to 49. It's very close still, but it's the fact that it's even remotely close is amazing. Considering, I bet had we have done that for the first 6 months of 8th edition, it would have been 80 to 20.
Yeah,
80%,
right.
20%. Building an army building an army that can go second is very important in this game at the moment. And while it looks like I think the AdMech want to go first. The Space Wolves have to go first, from what I can see. Those Cataphrons and the Onagers and everything will do an absolute freaking number on his army if he goes second.
Yes.
So I think, it looks like he's finished. He's obviously finished a point first. Obviously, he's going to he's going to plus
got
100%.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting set of decisions. He needs to pop prepared positions. You can't even think about it. He just needs to go bang, prepare positions, turn one. But then that probably tunnels his opponent into shooting and trying to kill the knight, which he can do. He can do quite easily through a 4+, unfortunately. So I'm just going to pull up. Anybody out there know the stats? George, are you there? You know the stats on the breacher cannons? Not the breacher, the destroyer plasma Culvins? Something they've got is called a Culvin.
The Culverin, yeah.
Plasma Culverin. Yeah. Pull up the stats for that for it. What's the range? What's the strength, negs, etc. I know they get +1 to wound and +1 damage from the Riser stratagem, which makes them shockingly efficient at killing literally everything in the game. So if you could pull it out for us, whoever gets a chance, either that or I'll just chuck it up on my phone in a sec. We've got the destroyers coming down now. So the destroyers are here. We have the 2 Onagers. This one looks like the neutron laser. Yep, that is a neutron laser.
Yep.
And so this one is the Eradication Beamer. So I'll just chuck an EB. Classy. Look at that. Look at that control there.
That's amazing.
It's fantastic. I'm going to get rid of it now because it's a travesty to my eyes and yours. We just have to know where he puts the robots, the Castellan robots. So we've got mortar. It looks like we've got mortars here, and you'd have to assume there's probably mortars there as well, most likely. So that's only 4. There's only 4 of his breaches down at the moment. I'm curious where the rest of them are going to go because he does have a unit of 8, so there's only half of them there.
I think the last unit of mortars isn't down yet.
Okay, so he's only got 2 units down.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
There's nothing in the building.
The top left, beauty.
I'd just like to say something about the guys playing. My excuse for not playing for so many months is because I had a broken leg.
Yeah.
He's in a foot cast.
He's in a foot cast and he's
He's playing, and
he's
he's
stumping
top
around.
table.
He's stumping around on the top table with a
So
foot cast.
He just invalidated all my excuses.
Do you know what you need to do? When he's done deploying and when it's the Spacel's turn and he's in the Spacel's movement phase, go up and ask him, we want the story of how he broke his foot.
Yeah.
We need to get it. The people need to know.
Oh, there's the robot.
There's the robots.
There.
Okay, so he's heavily skewed towards his top flank. Well, left
Night side.
from his side, he's left flank, which would be the top. That's the side of the knight. So that'll be because he can get range on the knight. And he probably wants to stay away from the wolfen. So that tells us he's going to ignore the wolfen probably for this turn. There's only is it 30 or 36 inches on the Castellan robots. Because
They're 36.
they would be in range because it's only 24 inches between those two lines, so they're probably in range to shoot, but probably only on these units. They're probably only in range to about there. Whereas I'm not quite sure what the range is on the destroyers. We might have to find that at
I
some
think
point.
they are.
I was
Oh,
going
no,
to say there was
this-
36
I think it is 36.
on the destroyers. Plasma cannon. Plasma cannon's 36.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume they're 36 until we find out otherwise. What was that?
More guys down the bottom, I think.
Yeah, he's just padding it out now, padding out his line. So there's a lot of options here for pinning for the Spacewall player. If he gets deep into his lines, like he can just start pinning things with blood claws, pinning things with everything, and that becomes a real big problem. If he's not able to, he's just going to get cleaned up pretty well.
He needs to make combat with those wolves.
Yeah, he does. If the Wolfen don't make combat, he can't win this game. He doesn't have the shooting power to do all that much. It's really weird on the Knight versus the Destroyers. Their tough is 5 with a 3+ save. Or has they got 4+ on Destroyers? I can't remember. One of them's got a 3+, one of them's got a 4+. If they're the 4+, then it's not that big a deal. But against the Breaches, they're actually really wonky. You only kill like 2.5 Breaches with a full Castellan shooting into them, even with like Endless Fury. But against the Destroyers, you probably kills 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
And then leadership becomes a thing, because I think they're only leadership 7. But tapping those robots is 100% necessary.
Yeah.
100% necessary. So there are some options here. So this L-shaped ruin is only about 6 inches high. So unfortunately, that means the Warglaives aren't going to be a hide around it. But 100% this. Huh? Yeah.
Beauty.
Who's watching? What are their names? Joe, Chris, and Charlie. Sorry?
Joe, Shana, and Chris. Shana's my wife.
Joe, Shana, and Chris. A shout out from Jack. Is Jack? Jack's the Jack, yeah.
Space.
I was like, which one's Jack? Which one's Andrew? Or like, fuck. Shout out. Watching your guy play on the top table. He's playing against a cripple though, so there's your excuse if he wins. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks so much. Hopefully we get to watch together and enjoy the fun. Feel free to say hello in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you guys ever seen anything like this before, if you have any exposure to 40k, or if this is just a completely foreign language. So what I was saying though, this Razorback can absolutely just slot right into this ruin and stage from there. And then he can get out his 3 inches, 6 inches, and he can get around this flank and tap those Cataphrons. So the Castellans. Cataphrons, Castellans, fucking Ks and Cs. They love their Ks and Cs. I think that's 100% the play there. Move, advance, pop smoke, hide behind there. And the pop smoke's probably not even necessary. But and hide in that turn and then launch out in the next. And because tapping those robots is massive, massive. It's a third of his damage output, just tapped and gone. They are Mars as well. So for those who don't know, the Mars stratagem means any 6s to wound become a mortal wound in addition to a wound. And those Cataphrons, how many shots they got each? 6. They got 9 each.
9.
And they can double shoot if they stand still, if they want to. So it's 18 each.
That's a lot.
18 times 4, Chelsea?
72.
No fucking idea. 72. 72 shots. They're going to hit on 4s, rerolling 1s, I believe, possibly, with the Canonical.
He's Mars as well, so he gets the
He gets 2 Canonicals.
2 Canonicals and is it he gets 2 or does he get to pick between 2 rolls?
No, he gets 2. He gets 2 on them, yeah.
Awesome.
Call lets you do other
it's
funky
Paul
shit.
that does the,
Yeah. One up or one down on whatever you roll. So they just had their roll, we just had a handshake. Looks like the guard are going first. Oh, that makes things quite spicy. He still hasn't put in his third choice for.
Andrew, don't forget your secondary.
Good job, Chelsea. Keeping the cats in line.
I don't.
He was just trying to make sure that Jack got to deploy. That's why he had to.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Beauty. Yeah, you already have.
Try again.
You got big and Bunter and old school. We're just waiting for him to make his last choice. The tension is killing me. You can cut it with a knife. That's okay. No, dude.
Doing fine.
Everyone should be at this table. Mark for death? Yeah. Yeah, mark for death sounds good.
Not a bad choice, actually.
Actually, it's pretty good. Yeah. It just marks a Wolfen. Marks whichever one of the big guys he's not going to go for.
Yeah.
For the big game
For the
hunter.
big game
Probably the Land Raider, Wolfen. I don't know. Mark a couple of characters. Call it done. He's got a Wolf Lord. He's probably markable.
The Wolflord might be heading forward too.
Oh, dude, everything's going to be heading forward.
Well, absolutely.
He doesn't have a choice. Okay, man. There's a lot of guardsmen. There's a big wall of guardsmen.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
The objectives are going to both draw them quite close together too.
It is, man.
It
Well,
is beneficial for the space rules.
it's very beneficial for the Space Wolves. So he can get first turn charges here with those Wolfen if he wants to. So can Wolfen advance and charge, guys? Any ideas?
I don't think they can. Not anymore.
Yeah, I knew they used to be able to. So that should be 20. That should be 24 inches from the other line. If he has not advanced, that was a bad arrow. Holy crap, it's a bad arrow. It should be 24 inches between the Land Raider and the Guardsman. If they move up 6, what's that? It's 18 inches between them. So that should be 18 inches. That means so the Wolfen get out 3, and then there's the width of their base, and they're on 40s. So a 40 mil base is like an inch and a half. So they're essentially going to get out 4 inches. Then they're going to move 6, so they're going to go about 10, maybe, and be under the 11. So if they're 8 inches away, I think that's a 7-inch charge, guys, into those. That's a 7-inch charge, I believe, into those guardsmen. The problem is though, they go in there, they wipe the guardsmen, and then dead. They can't do it. You can't get out in his turn. He has to just push forward, let the Crusader kill him, and then he can get deeper in next turn. Now, if the guard player was really savvy, he would double move in advance and try and just wall him off. Wall him off. Yeah, wall him off in his deployment zone. And then that becomes a really, really hard prospect. Really, really hard. Because he could literally end up about there. That is the straightest fucking line I've ever drawn on stream. That is, you will never see a straighter line. Just everybody stand back for a second and bask in my line.
Have you ever been
and it's
really
gone.
bored on YouTube and watched the teachers on blackboards just draw like perfect circles?
Yeah. That is ridiculous.
You're on your way.
Dude, halfway there, man. Perfect circle, here we go. Yeah, fantastic. Perfect six. Oh, look at that. Oh, we're getting there. It is so hard.
Now that's interesting.
The
He
scat
did
signals.
move the breaches forward.
He has moved the breaches. Okay, but they ignore the penalty for movement and shooting.
That's fine, but he is getting awfully close to engagement.
Yeah, but so he needs to just. So
He
that might.
needed teeter.
Yeah, that might be because he needed to get in range of the knight. Although the knight doesn't look like it's 12 inches back from the line, but it's possible the second row of breaches, so destroyers, are out of range. They are going to. Oh man, I got some fears for this Space Wolf player. He could lose like half his army this turn, and that could be a bad time.
What's your target priority coming from a guard player right now?
I've got. So if I was playing the breaches.
Yeah. You're a seasoned guard player.
Yeah. So as long as the guardsmen are up, you don't need to worry about anything except the knight. So the warglaives have anti-vehicle weapons, and so the only anti-infantry he really has is the Crusader, and he's already decided he's not going to go for that due to where he's placing his stuff in the top left. So with this line of sight blocking terrain, he's never going to be able to get decent line of sight of that. So ignore it. It's not your thing this turn. So it's probably going to clear these guardsmen, but that's fine as long as you have ones to cut off this. It's just no problem.
Yep.
What I see is the problem here is moving through this. The Wolfen can just move straight through that area. Now, I am pretty sure that's not a charge that he can do, unless they can advance and charge. Somebody out there, tell me, can Wolfen advance and charge? Somebody, tell me a story.
I'm just going to get my phone. Just going to get my phone.
Check it out for me. Can they do it? If they can, there is a sneaky fucking play there, where he can move up in his turn, park the Land Raider there, dacker off these 2 units. Next turn, move, get out. So get out, move, charge and eat, charge and feast, and feast and feast and yeah. So not being able to close off that ruin in the middle with infantry, he needs to put some infantry between there if he wants to stop the wolf and slingshotting. Love the stream, guys. Thanks for favouring me. Appreciate it. Lovely. Thank you for joining me. Us.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
It's always nice to hear some compliments.
it is.
I don't get them from my normal group of friends, so thank you.
They're all here as well.
They are.
As for secondaries, I think... Look, he's gone Titan Slayer on his last one. Andrew, he tricked us, okay, so that just means he's killing the knight this turn. Because that knight will give him 3 points on Titan Slayer. You get one for every 8. So he's just decided he'd rather get... Which is clever, you'd rather get the lead early. And in a game like this, especially when he's putting more pressure on his opponent to get aggressive and charge into his face. There are some really easy kills for him to pick up here for the Spaceful player.
Can advance and charge in the same turn.
I knew it. I knew they could do it, guys.
My bad. That was my bad.
What's their movement? They move 6 or move 7?
7.
Whew. Okay, cool.
They are moving.
So they can get out about there. Then they can advance possibly 10 or possibly 13 inches. They could get to about there. So then there might still be a 9 or a 10-inch charge. But look, that's a thing. That is a thing, guys. All right. One thing I will say is that there are a lot of kills out here for the Space Wolves turn 1. I would expect the Space Wolves to get kill more. He's probably going to lose the Knight this turn. The Knight's probably already dead. Like, he doesn't even know it yet, but he's already dead. But he's pushed up these Scout Sentinels. He's got these 3 Scout Sentinels. They are Warglaive food.
Yeah.
Like, the Warglaives will just go in. So one Warglaive can probably kill 2. Walks in, he's got his Melter Cannon, aces 1, charges, kills the next one, jumps in, tags some of these. He's just going to open up this area even more in his turn. And if his opponent doesn't see it, he can push some stuff through that gap. So the Warglaives will probably eat all the Scout Sentinels, and then either kill or tap the Guardsmen. And I really do hope he sees what he can do with this Razorback by putting it into that ruin there, and then it becomes safe from all this shooting. Can't see it. And then
He is going to have to get through that if he's any plan of tapping those robots.
Yeah, he's cut it off. There was a gap here at the top. He's closed that off
He
now.
has filled that,
Which was a good play because he could have gotten around the side and then just tapped him, which would have been really bad, really bad.
That X has been the curse of you all day.
Trying to get rid of it. There we go. Done. Gone. Favour me. I just got done streaming my first 2K match of 40K. I'm such a noob. Who are you streaming it with? Who through? We want to back you. Want to support you. Give you a shout out. And what do you play? Who do you play with? Where are you from? Tell us the story. Give us your narrative.
I'm keen.
I don't know why I did that like Italiano. Your story. I want it. Give it to me. I want a pizza. All right. I would say we're into some kind of shooting phase. Some kind of shooting phase. So someone is dead. Got some saves.
What reroll saves? Or do you reckon you command pointed that?
I reckon he must have, it was cocked probably. Yeah. I always play cocked, anything that's not flat. It just makes it easiest. If it's not flat, just fucking re-roll it, man. No arguments, no nothing, whatever, just re-roll it. 6 or a 1, don't care, just do it.
When we played in Greece in 2016 when we went to ETC.
Former ETC player?
Former. Very important is the former. Yeah, when we went to Greece, a couple of the teams from Eastern Europe there, so it was like the Ukrainian team, the Russian team, a couple of the Slavic regions, they played dice on green count, which is, we all played on green mats, so the dice had to be on the green mat. If you had a flat template, but it rolled onto the template, even though it is perfectly flat,
you re-rolled
it doesn't count, you re-rolled it. And that tripped me out.
I want to know the circumstances how that rule came to be. Like, what happened that they had to make that shit up?
Oh, I don't know. People just have different solutions for different problems in so many ways. So
just crazies.
I think it would have just come around from an argument when you got a bit of flock or something on the table.
And they think it rolls differently. Yeah. Okay.
Like, we used to do the dice test where you rested
Put
dice
it right,
on
if the
top,
dice
and
can
if
sit
it
flat
rests,
on it.
it it counts.
It counts. Yeah.
It's just simpler to go, no, on the playing table is what we're playing and that's it. So yeah, even when it was rolling onto perfectly flat templates, you're saying, sorry man, your 6 doesn't count, it has to be on the green. Oh,
I just feel like that's stupid.
Wow.
Whoa, Sam Dutney, you are a goddamn legend, man. Whereabouts are you from? Tell me about you. I want to hear your story as well, because you are now my new favorite dude. He has just pledged to our top tier of our Patreon, $25 a month. What a legend, dude! Thank you so much.
Support means
That's
a lot.
amazing.
It really
Yeah,
does.
it does. We wouldn't be here. So the monitors we're on right now. Look at this. Holding it together, guys.
If you can't fix it with duct tape,
It's not worth fixing. We have recently purchased a dedicated streaming PC. Before that, we were just using our work. We were just literally using our work laptops, and we were dropping frames. We were losing people left, right, and center because we just
really
couldn't.
delayed stream. Too.
Yeah,
It made
delayed
it hard
stream.
to chat with people.
Yeah, it was pretty crap. But thanks to people like Sam who backed us, because we don't get paid for this. I'm doing this. I could be playing in this tournament right now, but I'd rather put out some content there. I'd rather try and put Australia on the map, show how great, and what you can do in this hobby, and be part of something bigger than yourselves, and just try and build something. So, me and Diffie don't get any money from this. Every single cent you guys give us goes straight back into this place, straight back into making this the biggest, best it can be. And this PC that I've got hooked in right now, that my mic's hooked into, was bought with the money that people lovingly gave to us. Thank you so much. Couldn't be here without you. Okay, spiel's over. Back to the game.
It's a feel-good spiel, though.
It's a feel-good story of the summer. Fuck Lassie. Fuck Skippy. Down Under Network.
We've seen a lot of dice roll, but we
haven't seen
any
anything
models
die,
go
man.
just yet.
I haven't really seen any dice on models.
But he's only got
I think it's
a handful of things on the table, so it's going to take a fair few dice to knock them off.
I've got a feeling that's a dice on top of his Crusader. Maybe it was the Onagers, because the Onagers can't see anything else. That bottom one might be able to see the Warglaive, but I would say that's a dice on top of his Crusader. Can't see from here.
I'll have a sticky beak.
See how many he's got left. Still waiting for your story, favour me. What'd you stream? What'd you play? Where were you? What are you doing? We want to give your channel a shout out if we can.
It's a D20 that says 11, so I can only imagine
It's
that's
taken 5. It's taken 5
points
points.
to go.
Yeah. So that would be that'd have to be the neutron laser, I guess. Or the eradication beam, either or both.
And another player that's dropping the cards on the table as a reminder.
Good stuff. No, it's the only way to do it.
Good to see that continuing to happen.
Yeah. It's consistency. It keeps you honest, keeps your opponent honest. These guys have chosen not to chess clock. Both these guys seem to be a bit lovely guys, really lovely guys. But both of them,
They're not the echelons of competition. These guys
no.
are here for a good time.
Yeah, exactly. And
well.
how good it is that they're doing well and fantastic. These guys are actually the top 2 ranked players in the tournament at the moment. And both of them were looking at me like they feel like they're Icarus and they're too close to the sun. Our wings are going to melt, man. One of them. Yeah. But no, dude, I was just like, it's just a game of 40k, guys, and you've earned your way to this table. So just enjoy it. Sit back. They're a little bit nervous. Speaking out to Jack's family, he was a little bit nervous. Had to calm him down a bit, gave him a bit of a back rub. I didn't lay a hand on him, that would have been creepy. But I gave him a verbal back rub. I said, dude, you just played 2 games already. This is just another game. There's no pressure, whatever.
And the good thing about the setup we have is that camera is not invasive on the game at all.
Nah. Unless you're staring at it, you don't even know it's there.
Yeah.
There's just a rig over a table with the camera at the top. Piss. We still haven't seen anything picked up. I don't even, apart from the Landry, I don't quite know what he's targeted. It looks like we've got is that 8 dice? It's 1, 2, no, it's not 8 dice, it's 4 dice. So I'm waiting for him to roll 8 dice for the 8d6 shots. So we're about to see some serious action.
Oh, yeah.
One thing they are doing, they're being very studious and they're updating their CPs as they go. So I believe Jack has spent...
burnt a fair few already.
So Jack's prepared positions, he must have, and he'd be crazy not to be honest.
Yeah.
And I'd have to say there's been quite a few burned for the stratagems, assassins, relics that the AdMech and guard player has paid for, has taken.
Well, he would have had some coming in for the assassin.
Yep,
and
two for the assassin now.
Does he have Kurovs? Was he get?
He purchased.
He got one back.
He purchased an extra. He purchased an extra relic. He's got a formation, So right off the back, that's 5 paid there.
That's right, yeah. I think we're going to be in for a bit of a long haul here. That's a lot of guys going to churn through.
It is. If I was him, I wouldn't even bother shooting the guardsman, to be honest. I'd be like, we need to get some turns in this baby.
I don't think he really has much of a choice. He's put them in such a way that he has to. He really does have to go through them. He does have.
No, what I mean is shooting-wise.
Oh.
I wouldn't be bothering shooting las guns into 2+ save Razorbacks and Warglaives and stuff.
My mistake. I was
'Cause,
thinking the other way around.
I think, churning,
Other way around.
having to get through them. Yeah, no, he does have to get through them, 100%. He has to clear them. He can't win as long as the guardsmen are there. But on the other side of things, if I was just rolling 10 guardsmen shooting at a 2+ save Warglaive, I'd be like, we can skip that. 10 shots, hitting on 4s, 5 hits, winning on 5s, winning on 6s, 1 wound. He's got 2+. He's passing that.
He might cop a wound from
Maybe.
all of it, but is it worth?
Is it worth the time? Like you're burning
10
through.
to 15 minutes of. Rolling?
Yeah, and to do 1 or 2 wounds, maybe.
Strange things that happen, but when we are playing under strict time these days, sometimes you just have to think, well, an extra turn later.
This is the last game of the day, so who fucking knows how long they'll go? They could just be like, play till you finish. Terracon runs to the beat of his own drum. We have some dice being rolled there. That's quite a few. Looks like about 20. Rolling 1s. This could be the destroyers.
Could be the destroyers.
Ba-ba-bum. And 3s. I would assume this is the destroyers.
Yeah. Well, I can only imagine their strength 7.
They're strength 8 when they overcharge.
Strength 8.
The problem is though, every time you roll a 1 is a dude dead, and it's a lot of wounds to lose on a. Yeah. Yes, he just said they're 3 each. This is the destroyers firing up.
Yep.
Looks like he's taken 4, so that'll be 12 wounds. He's half killed, half dead knight. No, he didn't shoot it. No, he didn't shoot it. He shot one of the Warglaives.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's just taking down one of the Warglaives. So that's guaranteeing him a kill this turn, which he might not have got if he shot the knight. Well, he only did 12 wounds. He was definitely not going to get the knight.
Yeah.
And it gets him a big game hunter. So that's pretty poignant, actually. Now he's measuring for his Dakabots, and looks like he's only in range of 1 or 2 of them, and they're just going to unload into that Razorback.
Yeah, he's probably thinking to himself, he can afford to go through
Take
the
his time.
armies right now.
Yeah, he can afford to take his time now. So because he's gone first, the onus will be on the spaceful player to change the game state. So he's just going to keep pushing up, applying pressure. And look, in 2 turns, he can pick up his whole army if he doesn't really crank it up.
That knight can pummel back some pain quite quickly, but look how many models he's got in the way. He honestly can take his time.
And in his turn, I bet you this turn he's chosen Shroud Psalm as his canonical. So he's got cover on his whole army. So that's another negative on the knight. Getting it's optimum payload through and stuff. I'm getting into the nitty gritty right now. Bumping the table. Bumping the table. Earthquakes in narrow court. Everybody, get down. So, I don't know how often you drink energy drinks. I don't either. I will drink an energy drink for a stream, and I will milk this the whole weekend. This one little sugarless. I would have gotten a coffee this morning instead. And I'll have just one cold latte, and I'll just sip it throughout the day. So I want to stay freaking sharp. For the people. But yeah, this thing's got half left. I'm gonna take a sip.
And we did spill some of it on the table earlier.
Yeah, I know. It tastes vile. It's just arse, artificial arse. Not even the nice fresh arse. Boo, Adam. If Diffie was here, he'd disapprove.
I'm not so sure about that.
He has, yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
But no, I'm not a fan of the energy drinks, Adam.
I'm not even. So I gave up caffeine about 7 years ago, and I've only started drinking it since I went to Europe last year, because the coffee is mad. And so I was in patisseries and stuff in Malta, where my family's from, and we would go to these awesome little cafes and stuff, and they'd just be like, you just got to have a freaking coffee with your food. Zacatecus, hi, how you doing, brother? Hey, welcome. Where are you living? What are you doing? What are you playing? What do you think of the game?
And who are you liking in this?
Yeah, who you tipping? Actually, yeah, everybody. Who you tipping here? Quite. Unfortunately, apologies to Jack's family. Unfortunately, I'm tipping Andrew, just because he went first. Sorry, guys. And then his wife tunes in and goes, "Well, fuck you, Adam." In the UK, what time is it there, man? Is it morning in the UK now? Have we been streaming for that long? We might be, yeah, because this has been an extra long day. 9 a.m. Perfect. Prime time Saturday morning, man.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us so early.
Dude, thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday morning. Drukari, how you doing with the Drukari, mate? What flavour are you going? Are you Cabals? Are you Witch Cults? Are you... What's the other one? Homunculus Covens?
Homunculus.
I am a big fan of... Actually, I'm a big fan of all of them. Witches are legit.
Oh, the
Racks and
Racks
Grotesques
are-
and Talos. There's nothing bad in Homunculus Covens. Everything's
yeah,
takeable and
I'm
usable.
a big fan of racks.
Yeah, regretting the loss of Doom. Yeah, Doom is gone, my friend, unfortunately.
Well, it hasn't really changed the scene here. We've got a lot of Dark Eldar players that are kicking
A
around.
massive amount of Dark Elder, actually.
People are loving the planes again.
Yeah,
There
planes.
are a lot of planes flying around.
They're
here at Terracon.
back in a big way, back in a huge way. Not that, yeah. They were kind of here for the start of 8th edition, and they faded into the background when the Rule of 3 came through, and you couldn't take like 5 Razor Wings, 4 Storm Raven, stuff like that. And now they're seeing this massive resurgence. I'm seeing Dark Angels flyers because they can go to the -2 as well, and their anti-infantry firepower is actually absurd, but they don't have as many tricks.
Yeah, Dark Eldar do struggle against the Knights, buddy.
Yeah, man, because you don't have like, unless they're stupid enough to get close enough to Talos, and Talos can reach out and pull them down. Like, there's not much you can do. I suppose you could take like, if you wanted to, you could take Harlequins. Like Harlequin bikes do a number on flyers. They do quite well.
Yeah.
Because they can both shoot them and charge them. So they usually pull out a flyer return with like a 4 or 5 man unit. If you go to a 6, that much the better. Looks like we're into the bottom of turn 1. We've had the scores chucked in. We've just got a kill and a hold, it looks like, from Andrew, even though he should have chucked one in for Big Game Hunter as well.
I don't know if he was measuring the move there. He's getting out. Yeah, he's getting out straight away.
Yeah, he's getting out straight away. He's going straight up. He's going straight up the guts. I'm interested to see if he just goes for a kill or if he goes to try and wrap something also. I think he almost needs to. He needs to wrap something.
Well, I imagine they're still equipped with chainsaws and things like that. So if he
Oh well, they
wasn't
can always.
trying to add
You've
something-
always got your close combat weapon.
weapon.
Yeah, but I think they've got 3 attacks each, and they're like.
And they get extra ones because of the Curse of the Wolfen.
Yeah, so they're going to be like 3 or 4 attacks each, and they're going to be hitting on 3s, winning on 2s, and it's just going to be they're likely to kill 10 guys anyway. Crimson Hunter Airwing, yeah, kinda. The Crimson Hunter Exarchs are pretty savage, but they're surprisingly only savage anti-mech. Everyone's taking the Razor Wings for the anti-infantry because they got the 3D3 missiles that wound on 2s. They're legit. They're really, really nice.
3D3 is far more consistent than like 2D.
2D, dude, I'd rather 3D3 than
I would
2D6,
take
man.
3D3 every day.
I can bank on the 3D3 a lot more than I can bank on the 2D6. Yeah.
And if you really need the command point reroll that, the efficiency's there without less risk. It's 3D3s are sweet.
Nah, they do tell us. And 10 attacks there, and 10 attacks there, and 10 attacks there. Absolutely savage.
And when
Talos-
dropping like 50 racks on a table is very
In,
points efficient.
in any other format except for ITC, Talos are one of the best things in the fucking game. They're so good. They're so amazingly good.
I like what he's measuring out.
I
there.
like
It
his
looks
as
like
well.
he wants to send the Land Raider the other way. Those Wolfen can clean up that whole
Yeah,
flank.
they can
And
everything
He's
in.
got to just chip away at some of the guys to make
So the blood claws that are in here have moved out. Looks like he's parked a character at the back there as well. And this is my prime opportunity to draw a face. Hello. So
I think that's the...
I'd have to say it's Najal. I would have thought it was Najal.
No, I think that was his jump pack Wolf Lord, because his Wolf Lord was back on the corner
Oh,
next to
okay,
that objective.
And so he's jumped over. Looks like he's just going to leave a squad there to cap that objective, which is the right play.
Yep.
Now, I'm really wanting to know what he does with this Razorback, because that Razorback fits very nicely right there, out of line of sight, cannot be shot. There's nothing there that's going to charge it, but that's going to really care about. I mean, he can charge it with guardsmen, but then the guys just get out and kill the guardsmen. And he's
Going for an early charge off a Razorback, it's not going to do anything.
No, he
Hiding
doesn't
and
care.
stalling the turn would be
I like it. I like
so
him.
more beneficial.
And he can put it in such a way that it's still capping the objective.
Oh yeah, they're teetering just underneath.
Yeah, just
there,
underneath. So I think that's 100% where he needs to go with it. And if you notice, the guardsmen aren't on that one; they're not in range. So he can take that one. So he's going to get hold more. He's already going to get hold more. So this is his. This is his, and that's nobody's. So he's already getting hold more. He's going straight forward. No. When you watch this back, Jack, you fucked up.
Although
he might not have fucked up. He might be doing fine.
it is a fair way going all the way from where he started into that piece of terrain. Like you can see, he's just made it onto that.
He's still made it onto the objective. Yeah.
So getting hold more now.
It's pretty key.
Yeah, we'll have to see how much of a difference it makes, but he does need to try and get an early lead.
Yeah, and the other reason I wanted the Razorback in there is out the way of the Knight. See, now the Knight's still behind the Razorback.
Yeah.
But it's all good. But that'll be Najal up the top there, I'm assuming.
I'm very interested to see what he's going to target off the bat with this Crusader.
He's just going to clear. He's just going to clear all the boys.
He's just going to get chaff out of the way.
Yeah,
and
just
then
get the
try
chaff
and
out of the
throw
way, so that the Crusader can get in the next turn. So he can probably pick up. So there's the assault cannon and there's the Hurricanes. They'll clear those two. Between him, he should be able to go in and take out these two Scout Sentinels, and Melter's one charges the other. And then the Knight can probably, if he's lucky, might be able to take out 6 of the destroyers.
Well,
because
he did just point Njal into the destroyers, so he's casting something. Hopefully it's something fun.
Yep.
Looks like some kind of...
It's like a debuff.
Yeah.
Space Wolves. Any Space Wolves players in here? What could he have taken there? I know he's got the minus. He's got the cover bubble, which is really good, and not that good here because he's only going to be giving it at best to 2 units. But he's got some other stuff. He does, which is the technical term. He does. He can do is so last year.
Let's see what Njal says on my phone.
What does Niall say?
Living Lightning, Tempest Wrath, Murderous Hurricane, Fury of the Wolfspit, Stormcall, and Jaws of the Werewolf. Remember when Jaws was the most broken
the
thing?
tits. Was it 5th edition?
Yeah.
We were just like, I got Jaws off. Oh yeah, that unit's dead.
There was nothing more painful than watching a Space Wolves player smile with glee as they drew a line through your Turvagon and Turvagon and Hive Tyrant and Turvagon. Yeah.
Num.
Just dead.
Just dead. Pick it up. Get out of here. Take it off. Bench him. He's useless.
So he could have done Tempest Wrath on them,
Which is
-1 to hit rolls made for that unit.
he can't overcharge then. He'll kill himself on 1s and 2s. That's really good. Yeah, that's nice. And that keeps the Crusader alive another turn probably. Are you able to run any? Are you any good at running math?
Yeah, go for it.
So 72 shots from the
Yep.
Castellans.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s.
Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s.
So we can go 36.
36 with re-rolling
With re-rolling
another 6.
with half of
on
those,
that,
so plus
let's
3.
say 40.
Yep. So 40 hits.
Yep.
Then they're going to be winning on 5s, 6s on mortal wounds in addition.
8, 4 of which on average are going to be mortal wounds. So you're going to have 8 wounds with a potential of 4 mortal wounds on top of that.
No, so 40. It's 40 hits. So 40. Wounds on 5s and 6s. So a third of 40. What? 18, give or take. No. So it'll be 12, 36. So probably 14, give or take. So 14 wounds. 7 will be mortals in addition. So he's taken 7. And then he's going to have, he'll have his 4-up invuln. He'll probably rotate. He'll have his 4-up invuln against the rest of 14, so he'll take another 7. So he'll probably take 14 wounds from 1.
And 6s are additional mortal wounds?
Yeah, mortal wounds in addition. So he'd have 14 wounds.
14
So
wounds.
14 wounds, 7 of them are mortals already,
Yeah,
and then he
sorry, my
saves
bad.
half of the 14, so he takes 14. So he so he more than half dies from 1 round of shooting from the Castellan robots. It's nasty. It's nasty. That math changes so stunningly significantly with the change from a 3+ invuln to a 4+ invuln. Now that he's just stuck with the 4+, like, my God. Does
Not
not.
to mention you went up by like 60 points as well, so you've had to drop other
Yeah.
things from your army.
Yeah. No, the Castellan went up. The Crusader stayed the same.
Oh, the Crusade stayed the same?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was just the Valiant and the...
Actually, no, just the Crusader. The Valiant stayed the same as well.
stayed the same.
Yeah, so the Valiant, so the Castellan. Oh man.
That went up to like 600.
It's up to like 70 points. It's up to 700 points. So many freaking things called Castellan. So we've got Castellan Crow, who's a Grey Knight special character. We've got Lord Castellan Creed, who's the Cadian special character. We've got Castellan Robots. We've got a Knight Castellan. Just makes up some new fucking words, GW. Still better than Intercessors, Inceptors, Suppressors, Infiltrators.
Interceptors, intercessors, and interceptors do my head in all the time.
Don't forget all the Sigmarines Castellans as well. Lord Castellans, Lord Castellan and shit. It's they just get a chubby for that word. Like they just got the word Castellan written on like a board, and they got to stare at it for 5 minutes before the start of every day at GW headquarters, and they'll be like, "Yes, just getting the zone." Looks like we are into Dakar time. Looks like he's lost a couple of...
It looks like he shot some guys.
Yeah, some guardsmen there have been kaput. Kaput being the key word there. What have you got planned for your weekend, Zacchaeus? How do you spell? Yeah, Zacchaeus? How do you say? Zacchaeus. You said it right. What's planned for your weekend? Whereabouts in the UK are you as well? Are you close to Nottingham? Do you work for GW and have to stare at the Castellan word? You got a recording game tomorrow. What are you recording? Who are you recording for? Who are you affiliated with? Friends blog, awesome, dude.
Don't forget to shout that out.
Dude, tell us what the name is, and we will shout that shit out. We can even share it on our page if you like as well.
Say it's been taken.
Yeah.
Only imagine there. Oh, most of his guns are probably not giving the guardsman saves at all, so he's probably up to shooting the robot.
I'd assume. Standard Wargaming. .blogspot.com. Go check it out, guys. Some good people there. I've only just met this man, but he's a good dude. I'm assuming it's a man as well. Could be a woman. In case,
We can't assume
in which case, he's a great woman. If he's not a woman, he's a great person.
Great person.
I should have started with that.
Wargaming
I wouldn't have had to have gone around that merry-go-round. You're a great person. Safe assumption here, though. Yeah, look, in 40k, it unfortunately is kind of a safe assumption. It's very much a male-dominated scene. Although there are quite a few. There's a couple of women playing here, and a lot of gentlemen bring their partners out to Terracon for the weekend because it's a nice weekend away. Heading off into the country, it's pretty cool.
There is one girl here, her name eludes me right now, but I have seen her at just about every tournament. She's been really kicking around the ITC.
Eleanor Blyer. Yeah. She's actually a Dark Eldar player. She's really good.
Beautiful Dark Elder army too.
And she's just quite a good player as well. She will kick your ass. Yeah.
She, in the first round today, knocked off Maddie Cross.
Nice.
Who is the #1 in scores taken since 2014 for all the Terracon.
He's the most consistent, highest performing player in Terracon history, and she knocked him off first round. That's pretty good.
And then
All the best people are. Is that into Drukhari or women?
and poor Maddie.
Or both. Women who play Drukhari are the best people ever.
People that win with Drukhari.
People that win. Okay.
Poor Maddie, his second round was against almost identical list.
Boo.
The only difference was instead of the Flyers, the second round opponent had 3 Dizzy Ravagers. Just shot him off the table.
So we've seen, so we've just seen a destroyer get picked
one
up.
robot.
Looks like this unit of guardsmen is entirely gone. There might be one guy left there who's just going to auto pop. This is another excuse to draw a face. Hi guys.
Face just staring down on the scout sentinels,
Yeah.
chilling there right at the front.
They're about to get melted by a warglaive.
They're not going to do anything.
The scout sentinels, no, they're not going to do it.
They are food.
Yeah, they are. They just keep giving up kills.
You kind of have to do that though.
Yeah.
So he needs time away from anything else.
Yeah, he needs to kill more than one destroyer this turn because he's got the stratagem to automatically bring one back with the servitor.
Yes.
So if you're not making any inroads at all, just killing one at a time. So he has to kill some more.
don't get me wrong, I mean no disrespect, but I think our guard player here, Andrew, is going to surprise Jack with that.
With what?
The
The
service
gotcha
drawback.
thing. Yeah, he might not know
I
about
didn't
it.
know about it.
Yeah, until
I
you
think it's
yeah.
totally cool until you told me then.
Yep.
But this robot is this breacher is just going to come right back and he's
Yep.
going to look at it. And
One
go,
CP, he's back.
Now I have to shoot another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Game still feels like it's a bit on a knife's edge here.
Well, he didn't do as much damage as I thought he'd do turn one, and I think that's mostly because the Castellan robots were out of range. Because he really only shot with his Onagers and the destroyers.
Good placement there, waiting for the knight to go down before those breaches dropped. I am saying breaches, right? They're destroyers or
They're
they're
destroyers,
breaches?
they're
They're
destroyers,
destroyers.
yeah.
My
No, that's
bad.
fine.
But I think it was very good placement of him waiting for the knight to come down before the destroyers
Yeah.
were shown.
Yeah.
A free turn of shooting without any or severe damage from the knight. It's a good play.
Yep. Looks like we have open. Looks like the knight is shooting now, and looks like he has Endless Fury because he's taking dice out. No. Oh, only 2 hits.
Oh,
Oh no, he's got some kind of rerolls.
that was rerolls. Cool. That could have been.
Yeah, maybe he's got the reroll. Maybe he's got the reroll ones. Relic. Waller trait. Sorry, craft Waller traits reroll ones to hit.
That's right.
Yep. So 6 wounds. Okay. Yep. Just. Oh, we can't see him from here.
Can't see. It's not that clear.
We can't see dice rolls from here. Yeah. So he was shooting Endless Fury, and he forgot about the 6s. Dude, move, Jack. Josh, gosh, man, fuck. It's all in jest. Absolutely all in jest.
We could have just told them we saw all 6.
They were all 6s. Yeah. No, we can't see from here. And we want to impact the game as little as possible if we can. I will have a cheeky little dig. We're being joined by the lovely Chelsea and her best friend, Alice, which is Sean Hogan's daughter. And how old is Alice?
Alice, how old are you now? 4.5.
4.5. I thought she said 49.
She might be 49. Are you 49, Alice?
It's 4.5. Okay, so it looks like we've had 2 more destroys being picked up. That'll be by the Endless Fury, and these will be saves most likely related to the battle cannon.
So that
3 hits from the battle cannon. Here we go for wounds.
formation that's going to be bringing them back.
Yep.
Are you limited at 1 per turn, or
Yeah.
can you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, 1 per turn. Otherwise, it'd be so crazy.
That'd be so good.
They're all
Lose
dead.
up.
Oh, they're all back again. Okay, D3. D3 damages, another one down. Ooh, there's another 2 down. Ooh, yeah, so he's doing well there.
Yeah, okay.
He's doing all right.
Might have spoken too soon.
We might have spoken too soon.
Because he has
Well,
done
so
plenty of damage.
he's done a very respectable amount of damage. He's going to have a big turn on behalf of Andrew. And he's also going to lose a points lead as well. So it should be 4-2 at the end of this turn, Jack's way.
If you were Jack, would you take your Wolfen off that point to charge the unit and then consolidate back onto the objective?
Well, you can't. You have to consolidate cause the closest enemy unit. So you'd have to go forward.
So you'd have to just leave one trailer
you have to.
back.
But so he doesn't need an objective though. He's got 2. He's already got these 2 locked down.
That's right.
So he doesn't even need this one. So he can just go full ball. What I would try and do is I would charge as far as you can get with the charge. Which, like, so let's say, so they're only probably about. What do you think that charge is? I'd say that's 4 or 5. 4 or 5 inches there.
Right now.
Actually, no, probably not even.
It's
Maybe
not even.
3 or 4.
They'd be at least halfway up the table.
Yeah.
And he's over. Yeah.
So he's moved 6. They've moved a minimum of 10. So what's that? So they've moved 6. So it would have been 18. Minimum of 10. Look, plus an advance.
We're looking at
4 or 5 inch charge. So if he charges, he should try and charge and get around them. And then when they die, consolidate and tap that tank.
Yeah. And curse of the Wolfen is to re-roll that charge too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, so he can guarantee he gets a nice fat charge. The Warglaive has made it into. The Warglaive has made it in. When you get a chance, you want to give us an update on our other top tables. So we've got in this room with us right now, we have the 5 top tables of the event. So that's the top 10 players currently scoring. So we have quite a few quality players in here. So we'll get Nick to go a roaming for us and give us an update on what he sees.
Get my little remote on, see if you can hear me.
Should be able to hear you through Discord.
I've muted myself at the moment.
Or if I got you muted.
No, I muted myself.
All right, Beauty, talk for us, brother.
Check 1 2. Check.
We got you, brother.
1 2. Yeah.
All right, Nick's going a roaming. Tell us what your L5 see, Legolas. It's Lord of the Rings quote. So he's done a number on those. So Winter Combat. What's doing that many? Oh, he's doing Overwatch. Yeah, he's Overwatching with he's 10 guardsmen into the Wolfen. Nick, which table are you at now? You at Mr. You at the third one down? That's Mr.
I'm at-
Rymel.
Alex Rymel,
Yep.
and his opponent's name eludes me, I'm afraid. Not a lot has happened just yet. The dead pile is still quite small. We've got Dark Elder versus Imperium.
Yep.
Yeah, not a lot has happened just yet. We're still very early in the game.
So let me just.
Table 2.
Yep. Let me just find out what the names of this gentleman are, so we can. So we've got Andrew Robertson versus Ben Reget. So Andrew Robertson is playing quite a strong Dark Angels army centered around a bunch of Hellblasters, Azrael, the Banner, all that goodness. Ben Reget is playing what looks to be Guard with Custodes and a Crass
Yes.
Crusader. Who would have thought we'd see some more Crass Crusaders? What's going on there,
That
brother?
that was the list that in round 1 knocked down Matt Antonello's Dark Blood Angels.
Dude, it's a respectable list. He's got
Yeah.
3 units of 4
There
bikes.
are a lot of bikes off the table. I'm going to say that it is not a dead pile. Probably
In reserve.
just biding their time.
All right.
Yes, I'm doing my best to not interfere with any of the games.
Yeah.
Go for
Interfere. Interject. Get in there. No. So what's the?
Now, this game I have no problems interfering
That's
in.
Martino's
It's Jeremy's
game. That's table 4, yeah.
It's up against a Ravenwing list.
1 sec.
I
Let me
see a
pull that up.
lot of
Jeremy
Ravenwing bikes.
Martino versus Neil Phillips. Let's have a quick look. So Jeremy's playing a 10-man unit of
Grey Knights with
Grey Knights
Imperial Knight.
with Knights and Assassins, and he's playing against
And
Ravenwing
he's up
Talonmaster.
against what looks like a Castellan still with Ravenwing.
Everyone's taking that Castellan, man.
They're still good. Points going
Oh,
up.
dude, they're incredibly
Doesn't
good, man. Look at that guy's got a lot of Ravenwing bikes. What is that?
Yeah.
18 bikes?
Yeah, if you were off the table already, Jeremy is pushed up over halfway. He is doing very well. He is pressuring him.
I'd say that probably means he went first. Crass Crusader versus Crass Crusader. One of them you both take Headsman's Mark, and one of them just kills the other one pretty quickly. Our last table will be table 5. Where is that one?
Yeah, we're looking at some more Dark Elder and Grey Knights.
So who's playing on the table?
I'm not sure actually.
Because it's
Gonna
not
have a
who's
sticky
it's not who it says here. It should be Matt
Gabe
Morrisoli.
and Blake.
It should be Matt Morrisoli versus Peter Skeen on table 5. So
They might be in the big hall. I'll
They
go
might-
have a look inside.
don't need to bother, man. Stuff
I'll
'em.
go have a
They're
look.
not here. They're not worth our time.
They're not in there. It was Gabe and Blake are on the score sheet there.
Gabe and Blake. Let's look if we can see who that is. Yeah, so Blake Johnson's versus Gabe Delolio, and that's table 6. So table 5 must have been moved inside.
Right.
All right, back to our game. Looks like we got the Wolfen have connected. They haven't wrapped all the way around, like I thought they might have, but he has cleaned up those guardsmen quite handily. And the last couple of guardsmen have just been picked up now. And yeah, looks like next we'll have the Warglaive attacking.
Yeah. I was having a look at that Imperial Knight a bit earlier. The conversion on it is awesome. He's got this great big axe on it. It's
Oh, really?
so cool.
Nice. All right, you back here? Fantastic.
That one because you can probably hear me twice and you don't need that.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks for that, dude.
But yeah, that knight looks.
So he's got a massive battle axe.
Yeah, you can see it sticking outside.
Oh, that is so cool.
It is. Yeah, it is
Those are awesome. All right.
There
So
are some great looking armies here this weekend too. I'm gonna have to run around with the camera and take some photos because people have done a lot of good work.
now he's measuring which way he has to consolidate with his Wolfen.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he knows. There's a lot of pressure he's placing on this turn. A lot of pressure. I'm not sure he has the firepower to split in order to kill his wolf on this turn.
He needs to kill as many as he can, whether he kills two or whether he just kills one.
And he just get down whatever. Just get everything.
If those wolfen are dying in combat, they're punching again.
The thing is, there's nothing here that's going to kill him in combat. He hasn't got anything. He hasn't got any combat potential with the Admech. None of them could punch. None of them can kill a wolfen in combat.
Or
So-
even if they do roll lucky and do it, they're still punching back.
Yeah.
And it is a threat.
I think he has played this probably about as well as he could have, Jack. He's just gone, he's like, you know what, I'm Space Wolves, just going to do what we do. Balls to the walls.
Yep.
Let's go get him, boys. And he is. And it looks pretty healthy from where I am. So we've got, looks like it is the Warglaive. So, yep, 3 damage. So he's going to get 6 up saves. Warglaive's with 4 attacks. He only rolls 3 dice. And that's one of them's on bugger all wounds, and he's just trying to finish that with the last attack.
Oh, if you were splitting between the two.
Yeah, between the two. 3 on one, 1 on the other. If one's on low wounds. Might be worth it. Yep, looks like he has significantly damaged one of them, but the other one is still fine. That's probably annoying. Yeah, so he's failed to kill him. So we're going to switch over back over to paint. So this is going to be annoying for a couple of reasons. Because that knight is behind the Razorback, he can fall back the Sentinel and park in front of the Razorback, and then fall this guy back just 1 inch there. And then no matter what happens, he blocks the knight's movement, being able to move 12. He could even, if he's got a big enough gap, fall back there, and that knight will be pinned to staying on the other side of that line, which will save him a turn of being charged by the knight. Because if that Razorback was out of the way, that knight just goes 12, nothing he can do. He can just charge, he just clears off this unit, charge and taps both, and that'll be game over. If he can pull that off. Let's see if he sees it. He might not see it, because that'll be literally a way to buy him an entire whole turn of not worrying about that flank, which would actually give him time to worry about and take care of the Wolfen. They're getting their scores put in. Ooh, that was a
decent amount of scoring. I think he maxed that turn.
So he's got 1 for the Reaper for killing 20 guardsmen.
Yeah.
He's got 2 for Gangbusters for killing 5 of the 8 destroyers, and he's got 1 for Old School, which would be in the First Blood.
I'm surprised you picked Old School actually.
I actually don't mind the pick of Old School now that I see how much pressure he can apply. So to get 4 points out of Old School, you need to have won the game. You pretty much need to have freaking won the game convincingly to get 4 points out of it. From where he is right now, I think he's not in a bad position to do that. But it is a bet. It's always a gamble at the start of the game, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when this game, I think he...
Still a knife edge.
I'm going to ask, well, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to ask him how the Admech think they rolled turn 1. Because to my mind, I don't think they did as much damage as they thought. But that might have been just because the Castellans were out of range. So we're 4 to 8 at the moment, and I know that they're being very accurate on the CPs as well. Oh, what's behind? What's behind there?
Have to be the Rangers, wouldn't it? They've got infiltrate.
No.
Or the assassin.
It's the assassin.
It's the sneaky assassin.
He's not putting it there. He's picked it up again. Can you ask him what assassin he's got? We need to know what he's got now. If so, it's not a Vindicare, which is what we can already tell. He's Eversaw? He's picked an Eversaw assassin.
I dig it.
I dig it as well. Looks like he is going for that character up to the top, which I believe is Najal.
Yes.
I believe that's Najal. Yeah, getting Najal out now of the game now would be pretty key.
Ever so hunting Nyar would. That's a big Dan.
So you don't know if you can do it?
No, I think he definitely could do it.
Yeah, so he's going to have 8 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
6 hits, winning on 3s, re-rolling, probably 5 or 6 wounds. Then Najal. How many wounds has the bad boy got? And he's not in Termi armor, so he's only got the 5. He's only got the 5+. And he's going to be -1. I don't know if he kills him. I don't think he does. He'll have to attack twice. He's got the CP to make him attack
Got
twice.
a lot of CP.
If he attacks twice, he kills him. Attacks once, he only does about 3 wounds, maybe 4 wounds. I think Najal's got 5.
Just putting it out there. I love Battle Scribe.
So do I. He's re-established. So right now, Andrew's re-establishing his screen. He's pushed his guard down there. He's also pushed another guard squad there to tie off from that. So it looks like he's not going to do what I assumed he would do, which was to use the scout sentinels to block up things. He's just going to push down.
Keeping him in combat.
Yeah. I'm not sure he can keep. He should just at least fallen back 1 inch, just so they just don't take another round of getting punted, and it opens up the option of killing the Warglaive if he wants to. He's pulled his destroyers down here. That could be so because he can get line of sight. I believe that one could probably get line of sight. Yeah, they can all get line of sight to the
What's the AP on the
breaches. Sorry, Wolfen. Sorry, AP on what?
On the breach, the destroyers.
AP3. So it's just going to be storm shields.
Yeah, it's still Storm Shield.
Yeah, it's all the storm shields. But they're -1 to shoot as well. They're -1 to hit. So they'll be hitting on 5s, man. No good.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that at all. Killing themselves on 1s and 2s. So what he probably does, he probably doesn't overcharge, and he probably just pays the riser anyway. So he still wounds them on 2s, and there's still 2 damage because the Wolfen are two wounds, yeah.
At least.
Tough to score 2 wounds. Yeah, I think they're only 2 wounds. So he doesn't need to overcharge. He can just pay the riser strat, and he still gets the 2 damage, still gets the wounding on 2s that he would get if he overcharged anyway. So I think that's the call.
2 wounds on the Wolfen, so
Yeah.
it's
100% that's what you do.
yeah, that's actually not a bad idea now I think about it.
Yeah, because he's still getting all the benefits as if you did overcharge without having to do it and fucking killing yourselves. Because they got D6 shots each, dying on a 1 or a 2. If he rolled 666s, he'd kill like 4 Wolfen, but they'd all die. That's not a good trade, man. He needs those dudes.
Reminds me of a little trick that we found out with Dark Angels. Dark Angels have got the strat where they can shoot in the movement phase.
Yep.
You know, up here.
On the deep strike, yep.
So you deep strike with Terminators. You
Yep.
deliberately overcharge your plasma cannon.
Someone dies.
And you apothecary it back.
Back.
To get in range.
Closer. So you drop around 9 inches away, and some guy dies, and when you bring him back in coherency plus your base length. So they're on 40s, so you get another like 3.5 inches.
Yeah.
So it turns it into a 6-inch or 5-inch charge off the deep strike.
And the best thing about that is you know you're going to roll the hit on that first plasma cannon shot. So you're going to use the command point to re-roll it. Like,
To get
why
a,
are you command
try to get a,
point re-rolling a hit?
I hit on a 4 and you roll a 5. I'm like, nah, that's not good enough, man. I want a 6 or a 1.
The look on your opponent's face would just be like, what are you doing?
I'm legit going to do that.
Because the apothecary triggers at the start of the shooting phase, you get a command re-roll to try and die.
Do that
then
and to try and get back.
live.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, guys. Don't tell anybody else about that. That's my secret source. He's just moved the Castellan to robots, which means they are not double shooting this turn. Because they don't double shoot when they stand still, and you change their protocol. So if they're not shooting, sorry, they're not double shooting. They can still shoot just fine. They still got 36 shots, which probably means. So he doesn't have enough. Yeah, he just gunned the Wolfen, man. You don't have enough firepower to get the job done. Hayden Mansky's just walked in with his marine helmet on.
Hayden is wearing my 4 Cadia helmet as he plays my Cadian army.
Yeah.
How'd you go, buddy?
He is. Wow. Okay.
He was playing the triple death watch infantry units, 3 shield captains, smash, dreads, bunch of stuff and scouts. And he conceded turn 1.
Wow.
Balls. Poor dude.
Poor dude.
Yeah. Well, it's like fucking 6. It's almost 7 o'clock. He's tired. Look at that helmet. Look at this. Look at this guy. This is Hayden Mansky, by the way. Eric is not on.
Is Simon on?
Simon is not on.
Is any Queenslanders on?
They're not on.
Everyone who's not Queensland's not cool.
He's incorrect, and the opposite is true. He and all of his kin, all of his people.
Tell
the-
your
you can-
Queenslanders to
dude.
jump on the screen. We've got people from England getting
Dude.
up early in the morning to watch us.
Yeah,
Do you know his number? I don't know his number.
You got him on Facebook?
just message. Don't worry about it. Apparently he's recording with Luke, recording some stuff.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, they're going to start doing instructional bat reps and shit for Godhammer. I don't know. They said it. We got Braydog. Braydog's on. He's just said Queenslander.
Who's Braydog Hayden?
I don't know who Braydog is.
What?
Watch out with the Dan Martins. Watch out with the Dan Martins, you know. He's up.
Why did Dan Martin? Of all the
Because
people,
to name the C word after.
of all the people in this hobby, that
He's the most belligerent man in this hobby.
really.
I was on stream. I was
Title.
on stream with him once, and so he was doing commentary with me, and we were talking, and he just kept dropping him. I'm just like, well, we're just going to call out Dan Martin from now on. So the "See you next Tuesday" is being coined to be the Dan Martin, and so I've got my one regulation Dan Martin to drop per stream. I've already done two, so you know.
One was reminiscing.
The first one was the regulation. Next one was the bonus. You're reporting to Daddy. Does that mean you're back? What does this mean? I can't believe you wore the helmet. Yeah. All right. What do you target here? If you are the admin
Wolfen.
player, you target the Wolfen.
The Wolfen can Pac-Man from there onwards.
So look, maybe he thinks he's safe. So the Wolfen can get through this gap, and they can get through this gap. So he's not safe from them in any way. If they want to kill the Onagers, they will kill the Onagers next turn. Check it out, he's brought a Breacher back. He started with 3 this turn, now he's got 4. So if he wants to go kill them, he'll kill them next turn. If he wants to kill them, he'll kill them next turn. The same could be said for the shooting though. But he
Well,
can't,
we saw how
he
much
doesn't.
damage that did.
He doesn't have the shooting to stop that Crusader this turn. With the Castellans only shooting once, he can't kill that Crusader this turn, which means take away the damage you can remove, and that means the Wolfen. You're correct. What do you say? No, whatever.
He's still going.
He's a chump. He's a chump with a weird
Don't
head.
let him know that we secretly convinced Hayden to come up to Terracon at the 11th hour, where I'd pull out and give him my army.
Did you
so
do
he'd
it?
play.
Was it on purpose?
Well, I didn't know he was coming until 3 o'clock on Friday, where he just rang up and said, "Hey, you guys going to Terracon?
Oh,
Do
really?
you want to give me a lift?"
Oh, well, he said
So he was just coming up for a.
he said you guys convinced him to come. He's been
we
telling
said,
everybody.
"You want to come?" And he was like, "Yep." That was it.
There we go. Whatever. MCG with some I's and J. JMCG, whatever. How you doing, dude? We got a huge gamut of people. We've got some people from the UK in here. We've got Fave and me, who's doing some streaming himself or herself. Diffie was in here before. We've got some dudes. We've got some peeps.
Jack's family's checking it out.
And we got you. We got Jack's family. Yeah, the dude playing the Space Wars. His family's joined us. So we're allowed to. That's why we have to tease him more than the other guy, because his family's watching. It's the rules. We have to.
And he's holding up.
Walking around with Katie and Helen, it's so fucking cool.
It's not. It's not. It's really not. I gotta get back to this game. I'm getting distracted by Mansky.
Twitch.
McGowan.
McGowan.
How you doing, brother? It's good to have you.
Joshua McGowan's on, buddy.
McGowan's in. There's Mansky. He's talking to Eric right now, trying to get Eric in on the stream. Hi, Josh McGowan. It's Mansky here. Hi.
Talking to Eric as usual. Josh
Just talking to Eric.
Are you on yet?
Hello, Jack's family.
Wait. Jump on that, you'll be able to see how much weight I've put on. Yeah, McGowan's watching the stream, brothers.
Hey, Mansky. Fuck off.
Bye.
Oh, we have another early walk.
At the end of turn 2, Strath had a single sorcerer and 2 Inspirants.
I love you, Mansky. It's all good. All right, some people starting to finish games. So Hamilton's just racked up his 3rd win.
Yeah,
Big-
he conceded turn 2. He had a sorcerer and 2 Goodness Inspirants.
Big win.
Wow.
Massive.
Well, when you concede, yeah.
Huge. Okay.
Which is unfortunate. So now I'm gonna have to. I suppose at the end, if you're undefeated, there's not that many left. You can't really submarine under this.
No, well, the submarine's complete now. It's time to join the big boys.
Diff's back.
Diffie, how you doing, brother? We've had McGowan join us. Mansky's popped his head in. He's cooking dins. What's up?
The headphones still good?
Yeah, they're fine. They're broken as shit, but they work just fine.
That's why I didn't use them.
That's why he's using them.
That's why they sell on my shelf.
These are Michael Hamilton hand-me-downs. Yeah, thank you. Lovingly donated.
Lovely donation.
Lovingly donated the things he doesn't use anymore. Yeah, you can have these peasants. Shooting-wise, doesn't seem like anything has been removed. McGowan was watching Diffie's bedroom stream earlier. As a photo circulating of Diffie joining the stream chat from his bedroom, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty amazing, actually. We're gonna have that as the new. We're gonna get rid of the Ned Kelly, and that's gonna be our new logo.
Is the Diff doing
Just Diff, like.
Paint me like your French girls?
No, we're gonna take him off there. We're gonna put him on a piano, on a grand piano. It's like reclining, all sultry like.
I'd pay to watch that.
Everyone would pay to watch that. Who wouldn't? Who could turn that down?
That's a lot of psychic power cards that have just hit the deck around those.
Huge
destroyers.
amount. But he's only it's got to be for other stuff. It's got to be stratagems as well.
It'll be strategy.
Because he's only got two powers. Oh, that's true. Yeah. But how many dice is that? That looks like the right amount of dice for an Endless Fury.
And some
Wrong
rerolls.
turn, wrong guy though. Sorry. This is not the guy with the Endless Fury. It's late, people. It's late, people. I've actually we've started streaming at 9 o'clock, 9:30, and it's now just about to approach 7.
That's the good thing about this venue. We have all the time in the world, so we've got really long rounds.
We do.
Which just means more 40k.
Less voice, more 40k.
But it's nice and relaxed. There's no tension here. Everyone's just playing their games.
That comes tomorrow. Hey, thanks for the bits, McGowan. Thanks, brother. If I had a prize, I would give it to you. What do we got? We've got this
piece of peppermint chocolate.
It's half eaten. Actually, can I have some?
Yeah, go for it. Help yourself.
Shit, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff.
I haven't seen any models get taken off.
No, me either. I haven't even seen any wounds get added to anything.
He is shooting into the Wolfen.
Yeah, just shooting guys.
These are mortars.
Yeah.
I think that these have to be the mortars.
Yeah. Leave that or their guardsmen. Man, chocolate's good.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan. Diff's cooking dinner. Divvy, what's for dinner, mate?
What are you cooking?
Inspire us.
We've got a bunch of new people join us. Let's go over these lists again. No. We get taken off for that now. Like, Twitchers can't.
Hey, we made people tick the yes, I'm over 18. This is for adult viewers.
I know.
They're
I know.
ready.
But people are like selling their titties for bits. I would if I could. You know I would. You know I would. Right. Mr. Jack Potter. Our Space Wolf extraordinaire, joined lovingly by his family on this chat. They're here to just support their man. He has a Space Wolf battalion, which is aghast already. No one ever takes that. But he's here on the top table. He has an Najal Stormclaw. He has a Wolf Lord with a Jump Pack, a Storm Shield, the Armor of Russ, and the Thunder Hammer. He has the Warlord. He has 2 units of Blood Claws, Bare Bones. He has a unit of Grey Hunters, Bare Bones. He has 8 goddamn mother effing Wolfen. What the shit? 7 of them with Thunderhammer Storm Shield. The pack leader has the Frost Claws that he has to take, unfortunately. It would be better just take another.
Oh, you can't upgrade it on the pack leader.
You can't change the fucking pack leader, apparently.
Frost Claws is still good.
Frost Claws are fine, but you know, another Thunderhammer Storm Shield would be good. He has 1 Land Raider Crusader with just an extra Storm Bolt attacked on. He has a Razorback with twin Heavy Bolters and a Storm Bolt attacked on as well. And then he has a Super Heavy Detachment with 2 Armiger Warglaves with the Heavy Stubbers and an Avenger Cross Crusader. Yeah. Pretty good list. Well, it's good enough to be here, so it's going along quite nicely. Wrong one. Next one, we have Mr. Andrew Sheppard, and he has a Cadian Brigade which
Love the brigade.
I love the brigade as well. But the only problem is in ITC missions, you just give up so many kills. You're always giving up kill more.
The list that Hayden's running of mine, I wrote a brigade in, but I brought back my leaf blower list from ages ago. So I got a heap of chimeras,
Fifth ed.
hounds. Yeah.
Leaf blower.
I've got the tanks. I reckon mech's coming back.
I reckon mech's
think
coming
it has
back,
a
man.
place.
Everyone seems to be convinced it's coming back, which usually means perception is reality, and they're coming back.
But like you were saying, there's a lot of kill points in this brigade that he's got. It's a 600. How many points is that?
611, and how many kill points? 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 6 for the troops. So we've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He's got 18 kill points.
And
so
they're all relatively
they're all
easy kills.
squishy as shit. So that's the only fear I'd have. He's going to give up Killmore a lot of the time, and Reaper's given up, and he's probably should have taken Butcher's Bill in all reality.
Which one's that one?
Kill 2 units a turn, get a point.
Oh, yeah.
Guardsman point. Guardsman point. Mortar Guardsman point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so he has a company commander who has Grand Strategist and is rocking the Relic Vostroyan armor, which I cannot pronounce. He has another company commander. This one has the Laurels of Command. That just means...
That? The armor of Graf Toshchenko.
There we go. That's why we got Nick here. Then he's got a Primaris Psycho. He's got 6 infantry squads, 3 units of 4 servitors, 3 scout sentinels, 3 units of mortar heavy weapons. And then he has a Riser battalion from Admech. He has a Tech Priest Engineer, a Tech Priest Manipulus. He has 8 Cataphren destroyers with phosphor blasters and plasma culverins. They are terrifying. They're almost dead though. He has 2 units of Skitarii Rangers, just bare bones. Then rounding it out, he has a Spearhead detachment from Mars. This one has a Tech Priest Engineer, a Cybernetic Data Smith, 4 DACA robots, so 4 robots with full phosphors. That's the shoulder mount and the double hands. And then he has 2 Onaga Crawlers, one of them with a Eradication Beam, the other one with a Neutron Laser. And he's also left enough points to get an Assassin in there, and he has bought an Eversaw. So
I think he put it around the
it
top.
is
Is
up
that it
right
there?
there, right there, 9 inches away from Najali. He's going to go in there. He's going to do his work. I haven't seen anything get picked up.
I think a Wolfen died. It looks like there's only 7
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Yeah, yep, that's true. Wolfen's dead. He has fallen back from the Warglaive, as you can see, which was the right call, 100%. There's no reason to just give that another unit of combat. Yeah, and avoid another unit of Overwatch, because fuck knows the Sentinels aren't going to do anything.
Well,
We're going to kick you in the shins real good.
the other thing too is his own Warglaive is going to get in the way of the Knight if he is planning on running into combat, which
So,
you would imagine you'd want to do.
yeah, so for my mind, I think whatever's in this Razorback unloads into here, and you can either just stage there and you can pull the Razorback out of the way, the Knight goes in, Dackers probably wipes out the destroyers, the destroyers, and then use the Crusader to wipe out these guys, and then they both charge in and kill the Scout Sentinels, and then there's nothing to stop him from getting and killing the Castellan robots next turn. So breaches, Sentinels, and a bunch of guardsmen this turn, and then next turn, if he can consolidate and tap into stuff, which is very doable, with the. So if he placed, there's a guardsman there and there. So if he placed a Warglaive there and killed it all, what do you think the charge would be from behind the guardsman
That's
into
a 9-inch charge.
It's probably a 9, isn't it? But what you'd probably
Because
do.
the edge of that objective would be 3 inches from the centre,
Yeah.
and they're almost on the deployment line, which is
Yeah. So it'd have to be.
It's about a 9-inch
About a
charge.
9-inch charge. You'd probably fucking go for it, wouldn't you? What you'd do though is you'd declare the charge on this guy.
Yeah, you declare on all, because in reality the Overwatch isn't going to hurt you that much.
Nah, not that much. You declare on that guy, and then so it's probably only an 8 or a 7 for this dude, but it's probably a 9 to them. So you can try and cop the 7, and even if you fail the 9, you still make it to them.
You don't get the 9, you still get the 7, you
Yeah,
still have
you're still
a
going in. The problem is though,
legal charge.
he's going to have to shoot the destroyers. He has to shoot the destroyers, in which case he could be picking that guy up. Which if he sees the play, 100% he will. Looks like we're going into. Yeah, unless
going into the Razorback.
Unless the Razorback's dead. Yeah, Razorback
Oh,
has
he killed the Razorback.
Razorback has been killed.
So they're the Grey Hunters, we imagine.
Yeah, we expected Grey Hunters. Now that's an interesting choice. I'm shooting into the Razorback. The Razorback is one of the least dangerous things on the table.
Well, it was actually probably helping him a bit by screening off his
Of
own
the Knight,
Now
yeah.
he can
Well, they
those grey hunters, if they don't die, just run through the
just
wall.
walk out of the way. They just walk out of the way, and then they can charge with that Overwatch into them, or shit, they can go for the charge around into the Castellans. Or they could, or shit, dude. I mean, they might not survive. The problem is with them, only 5 guys. They might not survive the Overwatch, but he could,
If you
move him.
go for the charge from inside.
Yeah, yeah. But
throw
it's
the
just
Hail
going to
Mary.
be big. Yeah, you would go for that. You'd go for it. You'd do it. You charge the guardsman, and then you charge the
Well,
Castellans
yeah,
as well.
you
You're not
would
going to take
charge
any
the-
Overwatch, and you're just like, hey, I'm only like 2 inches away. I can't fail to charge into the guardsman. Let's just see if I get the fucking 11 and make it to the Castellans. I got nothing to lose in that situation. Everything to gain. 100% the right play.
And it looks like the Razorback did not explode.
Nope,
From what I
no
heard
boom,
from
and it doesn't look
players.
like he lost anybody to dying either. He didn't roll any ones upon getting out.
So that was
Pretty
kind of a lackluster
Yeah,
shooting
I think it
phase.
is. I think I've been lackluster, man. I'm surprised why. Sorry, I'm curious why he moves the Castellan robots. I would have thought he would be hunkering down, double shooting this turn. In which case, he could have taken his pick. If they were in range, they could have easily killed the Crusader, which is only 11 wins left, or he could have easily taken out the Warglaive.
One of the-
Easily killed them.
One of the things that you can't afford to do with a list like this is second guess your game plan.
No, it has to be solid from the
It
start.
has to be solid from the start. As
Yeah.
soon as you change your mind and try and do something else,
Yeah.
there's basically no point in what he tried to do in the first turn, which was killing that Armiger. You kill the Armiger, you concentrate on that flank and you weaken it. You don't turn around
Yeah.
and
Well, yeah.
it's
He's
really
trying to
hard
do.
to do.
Look,
You can't bite off more than you can chew. Though. I think he should have committed into the night.
yeah, probably should have killed him because he can stop up. He can block up the rest of his shooting with and the rest of his combat with just guardsmen. So getting the knight down is the only significant range threat he has. Everything else, the anti-infantry, the Crusader does not do anything to the robots or the cataphrons.
Yeah.
Doesn't touch them, doesn't scratch them. Only the knight has range damage potential. So maybe everything just goes into the knight first turn, and then second turn he could have been killing it now. He does we know he does 14 wounds, double shooting the
Yeah.
Yep, he did 12. So he did 12 wounds. So he killed an Armiger. I think an Warglaive starts with 13 wounds. 13 wounds. So he did 13 wounds there.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, just with the destroyers. Had he been able to double shoot the Castellans this turn as well, that would have finished it off. Because we figured out they did about 14 wounds. So it only starts at 24.
mortal wounds.
Only starts at 24. It's dead. So that's the Crusader dead this turn. Right now, it'd be gone. They wouldn't get to shoot again. It's about to shoot again. It's about to pick up the destroyers and.
And we saw what that did in the first turn. Knocked down
Yeah,
5.
Yeah, knocked out 5 of them. And he's only got 4 left, so yeah, they're not long for this world.
Well, there are still servitors behind.
He can keep bringing them back.
still get
He's
them
going to keep
back,
bringing them
but
back, man.
they are weak.
But the problem is just he might just lose the unit next turn.
Yeah.
Look, he's still got a neutron laser. A neutron laser is very good against knights because you got that minimum 3 damage. It's only got D3 shots, unfortunately. So if you hit on 3s, wound on 3s.
It was hard to see what he shot at in the first turn.
Yeah.
But I'm going to assume it was the Land Raider. 'cause I think
Well, yeah, the Land Raider's
on
done 11 wounds left. If you want, can you go give us a quick look to see if he's dealt down, if there's any other wound markers on any other of his big stuff?
Have a look.
Because I feel like he should have done a lot more damage than just kill one Razorback with all his shooting. Unless he just rolled really poorly, in which case it's very unlucky. But Jack's family, it's looking pretty good, guys. It's not looking too shabby right now. Looks like we might have had an explosion.
The only other one that has wound counters is the Armiger, which has 3 wounds left.
Oh, well, okay, so he did put a lot of fire into it.
He was putting some damage into
Yeah,
that
yeah.
too.
So actually, that's not a bad turn. If he had picked up that with a little bit more luck, that's the Armiger and the Razorback dead.
Yeah.
That's not a shit turn, man. That's respectable.
Curious to actually see what the Armiger table is like, because down that many wounds, might not be doing a whole lot now.
That's very true, man.
But find out.
Okay. So
It's going to be a big next turn.
the Armiger's gone, by the way.
Oh, he dropped
Picked it up. Yeah. Okay. This is a big swing. Those are
What do you
big.
think would have done that?
I actually don't know.
Maybe the robots?
Maybe it was the robots. So yeah, that's now this looks like a much better turn for him. Yeah, getting those both down is pretty good. Eric, the part of the TO team, is just wandering past. What's up? You got any saucy info?
All of it.
Yeah, what's going on?
Lots of sauce.
Yeah?
Mainly barbecue.
Maybe barbecue, yep.
Really nice tomato.
Fuck yeah, man. Fantastic. Fly Drake has joined us back. That is Mr. Castle. Welcome back, dude. We are right now on the top table of round 3. This is the top of turn 2. So they are travelling at a little bit of a sedate pace. How much longer we got left in the round, man? What's left in the round?
I'm not sure what time it's finishing.
Okay.
We've been going for an hour 51 on
50.
this
But I
stream.
think we were up for about 15 before we started. And if they're 3-hour rounds, they've still got probably an hour and 20. You'd probably say an hour and 20 left.
We've still got a few
Terracon's going along as it always does, fucking amazingly.
It's chilled. There's no problems. Everyone's having a good time.
He's even managed to he's put some wind on the Knights, guys.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that's actually pretty significant. This turn is starting to turn into a bit of brutality.
Well, with those Armigers gone and the Razorback gone,
Yeah.
He's-
So he's lost a third of the wounds off the Land Raider. It looks like he's taken a couple off the Knight. So one of his.
maybe he didn't shoot the Wolfen at all.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe there is enough there.
Like maybe
So-
he just shot mortars at the Wolfen because the mortars aren't
Yeah,
gonna
because
do
they don't do
anything else.
anything to anything else. So he might as well. So to my mind now, he needs to shut down this Onaga. That neutron laser 100% needs to go next turn, and the destroyers need to go next turn. Otherwise, so this was a big swing turn.
Yeah.
We were saying that Jack was in a really commanding position. I even said so literally 2 minutes ago. Like, it's looking pretty good for Jack, and now this might have just swung right back in Andrew's favour.
Well, when you've got so few
Good
targets
game.
left on
Yes.
the board,
Oh.
it's really easy to make target priority now.
It is. Well, it's already made for you now.
Yeah.
The Knight's got to go.
So I can't see the Land Raider doing too much value anymore.
It's not going to kill anything worth noting except for Guardsman.
The Knight's got to roll big.
The Knight needs a big turn. The Knight needs to pull all the destroyers, and those Wolfen need to shut down the neutron laser.
They need to Pac-Man those Doom Crawlers.
So this game is basically, can the Wolfen touch the things? Yes. And what of it, Forrest? Hey, what of it, man? It's
They're
freaking Wolfen on the top table.
They're going to touch
Gonna
all the
gonna
things.
complain? Nah, it is. He needs to use those Wolfen really well.
That Doggo Knight has a massive axe.
Yes.
It's freaking
How
awesome.
cool is it?
I'm a huge fan of models with gigantic weapons.
Yep.
It's very big. It's like
Is that because you're a gigantic weapon?
it's as big as
Matt
my
Jackson
weapon.
is just revealing his
Oh,
chub for Space
no.
Wolf and Space Wolf
No,
King
Adam.
Knight.
Dude, anything with gigantic weapons.
How'd you go in that game, buddy?
Have you watched Berserk?
No, Ben keeps telling me.
It's got a big sword. You should watch it. It's really good.
How many babes you got watching?
Right now we have 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Gotta bump those numbers up.
Well, so we get hosted.
Is that actually a legit goat house?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We've got you up.
Numbers out there.
Yeah, man.
Bump those rookie numbers up.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be on this table.
Have you won?
Yeah.
Well, next year?
Maybe I'll be on the stream table one day.
Yeah.
I'll start this after I started sucking a 40 count.
Your call, man. Your choice. We didn't tell you to start sucking.
You can
Dude,
write good lists,
literally-
you just don't.
He just doesn't. But literally, Fire Drake. Yeah, absolutely. Wolfen to have one mode, and it is
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
They need to waka that whole side
Just
of the
eat.
board.
They need to just destroy that flank. And guess what? They can. They absolutely can. They are a
Question for
fearsome
you,
beast. Oh, my man. I'm just getting a biscuit. Oh, you can have the nice one.
I know that he needs nourishment.
I need nourishment.
It's like a pet, you gotta treat him well.
Thank you.
I have a question for you about the mortars that are hiding behind that ruin.
Yep.
If he elects to charge them with indirect fire, can they fire Overwatch?
Yep.
Sick.
Some more wounds taken on that night. As soon as the Space Wolf turn starts, I'll get you to go have a gaze how many wounds are left.
Yep.
McGowan, he's saying he might have to look into Wolfen. They are terrifying. There are a lot of fucking points though.
There's a couple of Wolfenlists that are here. Again, Matt Antonello, topic of conversation. Charged his 15 Death Company with all of his characters nearby into a Wolfen bomb. Destroyed them, naturally, but then they attacked back and then killed him.
Ass.
Yup.
That's what happens. If you kill them, they kill you. If you don't kill
They
them,
are
they kill you.
a great anti-elite unit.
Well, everyone's got these bully units at the moment.
They deal with the bully. They are the bulliest of bullies.
So there's this concept of bully units, yeah? These very strong pseudo Death Stars. They're not quite Death Stars like we used to know them, but these big, strong, resilient units that have good damage outputs. I'm talking Bulgren, I'm talking Paladins, I'm talking Virtus Praetors, I'm talking, things that can go and dominate the board.
Morrisoli's Terminator unit.
Morrisoli's
That's a bully unit.
Terminators. Sinbek's Possessed. All these bully units. Wolfen, fuck them to bits.
They beat them.
Doesn't matter. Kill me, I kill you. Don't kill me, I kill you. It's win-win.
Rude racing.
It's good, yeah, it is. Unfortunately, like the Space Wolf Codex is pretty shallow. Like when you talk about how deep a codex is, it's like you look at it and like the water looks deep. It's like it's deep blue, and you dive in and it's just like this. It's like that. Yeah, the painted glass, like that thick. There's some play with a lot of the characters. A lot of good characters like Arjak and the Wolfenstones and all that stuff, giving plus attacks and stuff. You can stack a lot of stuff and make some things fearsome, but.
If mech does come back, I wouldn't be surprised if you see small units of Blood Claws in Razorbacks or Rhinos just rocking around.
Would
Value on the board.
Would I run delivery for them or just run them up on foot?
I think delivery is a necessity when you run the risk of just dying on turn 1.
So there was a listed ATC that had Centurions inside a Land Raider that was -2 to hit. You can do the same concept with Space Wolves. The problem is Space Wolves ones. The Space Marine one is powered by Tigerius for the second -1, and you get that no matter what. Whereas the Space Wolf one has to go first and pop smoke, and then get psychic power off to get it. It doesn't just get an automatic always -1.
Fire Drake is just saying on foot.
Otherwise, you have to take bad units. Yeah, that's right. Is there a friend that you could put him in a pod? Let's put him in a pod.
Bring the drop pod back.
Bring the drop pod back.
Oh, even just a bunker. Bunkers are cheap enough.
Yeah, you can slingshot out of a bunker. They can move in advance. So if they start in a bunker, they get the three inches out, plus their 40 mil base, plus their 7-inch move in advance. You could slingshot 20 inches out of a bunker with a decent charge, and they get rerolls to the charge. And in some deployment maps, that's a first turn charge, pretty reliably.
And the bunker sits on a point.
Yeah, and just sit the bunker on an objective, whatever. Put some fucking blood claws in it after the wolf and get out. Alright, we're just having some scores updated for this turn.
I like how I guess dedicated they are to updating these on.
They are
very organised.
They are quite nervous and therefore very studious.
Yes.
If only we could get some of our more well-known and well-versed competitive players to be so studious, that would be fantastic. These guys, yeah, Morris freaking Sully. These guys are really doing this justice. Like, thank you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're making this so much easier for us. What about the flyer and the
Room pre-strat.
the room pre-strat? What's the room pre-strat? Tell us. Like, I know so little about that book.
I know it's blue.
So it looks like it's 8-8 right now, but we haven't had the bottom of turn 2 yet. I don't want to tell these guys to get a move on because I don't want to make them too.
I think we have plenty of time.
Yeah, I think we have plenty of time. I don't want to put these guys under too much pressure, seeing as I think I know how nervous they are. But they're going a bit sedate. +1 move, advance, and charge on Wolfen. That's a thing.
8-inch move out of the flyer.
And they advance +1.
That's +1
So
on
possibly 14 inches right there. Sorry, 15 inches.
And rerolls to charge.
And rerolls to charge with a +1. That's a source. So 15 plus 13, possibly 28 inches.
With a -1 to hit bubble.
-1 to hit bubble.
Oh my god.
All right, cool. All right, we got a source, guys. We got a source. McGowan, Forrest, message each other, make some sweet wolf and babies, and tell us what the list looks like. Because that sounds like a soup.
Yeah,
That sounds sounds pretty good.
I'd like to see that. I really would.
Yeah, same.
Because, well, actually, even take a look at the list in this tournament. The amount of variety that we have here
Dude,
is really nice.
8th edition, right now, the 8th edition meta has never had more variety in it. It is everything. There's everything. Everybody has a list worth taking now. For the first time since like 5th edition.
One of the best things about 8th edition, which, as much as it pains me to say, which they got really, really right, because 5th Ed was my favourite edition. I look so fondly back on that. One of the things that 8th Ed has done right is that because everything can have value in terms of damage,
Yep.
you can build your list around your favourite unit, and it's just, it can be useful.
Yeah.
There's no dead units in books anymore.
Knackers has just joined us and he said, I'm ready for beers. Fair
You
call,
should be
brother.
at Terracon if you're ready for beers.
I think he is, man. I think he's here. The Wolfen have just moved and advanced. They have ended their move just here. So they're going to be in range to charge everything. Everything in this area can get charged. Which means he's betting that his shooting is going to kill the destroyers, because he could have gone for the destroyers had he wanted to. He started about here. With a move in advance, he would have had easy charge there. He's pushing up the Crusader. Look, there are not many assets left on the board. So technically, Andrew hasn't lost any of his major assets, his major damage dealers. They're all still there. The main one, the best one, is diminished, but they're all technically still there.
Yeah.
Whereas Jack has lost 2. He's lost both his armigers. So there is some diminishing returns there. But mind you, he still has more than enough to finish off the destroyers. And also, if he can just tap and tie down the onagers, that just takes him out of the game.
I just realised that before, when we were talking about how many Castellans there are, we're looking at a list that has 2 things called Crusader.
That's true.
We have a Land Raider Crusader, we have a Knight Crusader. Come on,
true.
GW.
There's also the actual Crusaders,
There's going to be a Land Raider Castellan soon.
Land Raider Castellan, a Baneblade Crusader. Yeah.
Bane Castellan.
Bane Stalin. G-Dub, call us. We'll hook you up. We know where it's going.
Great ideas.
We do. We have all of them.
I really don't want to say things too early because I've been wrong nearly every turn this game, but I get the feeling that Jack is going to unleash some real hell right.
That's the thing, though. Whoever's turn it is just pounding on the other dude. It's getting cold pretty quick. Yeah, the sun has just gone down here.
Nagas is clearly here.
He's here, man.
He's
here.
definitely here.
Yeah.
Go light the fire.
It's Rob Lane. Yeah. Go stand by the fire, Robbie. Have a does.
Jeremy was very, very impressed before that he lit a fire.
Yeah, he lit a fire. It's like, oh my god, I've created fire! Ah! It's because he's such a useless fuck. He never watches this, he'll never know.
Maybe he should.
Everybody. We've got a scout that will be being picked up. I hope he didn't shoot the knight into that. That would be a waste. Eversaw didn't make his charge. Eversaw's still up there. Eversaw's still here.
Oh, yeah.
Failing a 9 on 3d6 kind of sucks.
I'm going to assume that Niall is hiding underneath that platform.
Yeah,
and
no.
that top
So
piece of terrain.
Nal is right here.
Oh, there he is. He's
Yeah.
camouflaged.
He's camouflaged on the white objective.
Well, I don't think the Eversaw is going to fail a charge twice, so he might need to shoot into it.
So they're both moved 6 inches, so Bessie's only getting another 9-inch charge. At this point, maybe you're just like, oh, I've just got better things I need this guy to do.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe you don't. You leave the Eversaw alone, don't you?
You have to ignore it, I think.
You
You've got too much other stuff you've got to do.
Those destroyers need to die first and foremost.
Those destroyers have got to go, dude. He'll start getting value back on them pretty quickly. How many dice is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I say that's 12 dice, which means Endless Fury. Oh, unless this is an assault cannon. Could be an assault cannon
Yeah.
from the Crusader.
Yeah.
So we go through. Yep, it was the assault cannon.
On the
The Scout Sentinel, yeah. Assault cannon's actually legit there. Scout Sentinel's only got a 4+ save and are toughness 5, whereas the assault cannon's strength 6.
I think he just measured the rapid fire off the storm bolter.
Yeah, of course you do it. I'd put 1 hurricane in a storm bolt.
I know it's a hurricane he shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that only looks like one Hurricane. Maybe he's putting the Hurricane into some Guardsmen.
That's definitely the Sentinel.
These are into Guardsmen?
No, he said
No, he's-
toughness 6. That's definitely into the Sentinel.
No. He said he was wrong. So yeah, so he's a Guardsman. So 5 dead Guardsmen.
There we go.
Yeah, that makes more sense. We're up to 19 viewers. Thanks so much for joining in, guys. Please give us, anyone wants to shout out, anyone wants to say hello, tell us about the hobby you're getting up to at the moment. Tell us about where you are in this big wide world of 40k, what you're up to, got any tournaments, any lists you're excited about. Do it. Tell me. That wasn't the sexy voice I thought it was going to be.
Did it for me.
Fuck yeah. That's it. Streamers are doing it for themselves. Stop knocking the table, gosh. Jeez. That's why I taped the fucking thing down. I literally duct taped the table down.
A few more Guardsmen.
A few more guys are getting picked up. I was going to say, you'd be crazy to put you don't need to put the Hurricanes into him. Fuck it. Like, I think he's got two characters up there. So he's got a character there.
Well, I
character
haven't
there.
been able to spot the Wolf Lord. I might go and have a sticky version again. Big smiley face.
He's a cool dude.
It's almost Thanos.
Yeah, there's 2 characters there. If you want to go roaming, give us an update on the tables and let us know what the character is. Got to play with contrast today. What do you think about it, dude? What's your opinion, Forrest, on the contrast paints?
Oh yeah, I would very much like to hear your opinion as well.
Yeah, dude. For orcs and stuff, I'd be like, yeah, right, that's cool. Although, is it just dip? Is it just army painted dip that's been around for a decade? And is it just wearing a new hat because G-Dub's doing it? Which is fair. I mean, if it's a good product, it's a good product. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. But I've got a big orc army, and I'm just like, yeah, all right, I will. Yeah. I've also got.
The idea of the contrast paints because
I like the idea of it.
Can't be bothered cleaning my airbrush.
Yeah, it's true.
You can get very similar effects from
Yeah, you can. Same amount of time as well. He says they're really good. That's cool.
Good to hear.
Yeah. It's way better than dip. Okay. I haven't actually used dip before. I've always been like a pretty standard paintbrush kind of dude. All right, Nick's going to Roman.
All right, well, game 2 is wrapped up, so you might want to check on the results there, buddy.
Game 2.
Oh, the score sheet is here.
Okay, give us a gaze.
Yeah, Ben versus Andrew. There's nothing on the sheet, but they have packed up and they are
All right,
gone.
I'll have a quick gaze at the scores.
Team 3, 6-2.
Was that Ben versus Tristan?
This is Alex Ryman.
So go again, buddy. So the, what are they again? Telos firing the haywire. For 2 turns straight, D3 shots, each one, 6 of them. He's rolled 1s and 2s
Oh,
for each one.
Wow.
oh,
So it's 6 and 6,
brutal.
he's just done 2 more wounds only for a Spirit Night. The Knights is not.
oh. Dice can be fickle, can't they?
Brutal. So you said game 2's wrapped up. Let's have a quick look. Andy
Table
Robertson.
2.
So Andy Robertson played against Ben Reget.
Yeah.
And that finished with a 38-6 win for Ben and for the Custodes.
Ouch.
That is a bit of a paddle.
Custodes
That is
doing
a
it
bit of a
strong.
paddle, and yeah, the Custodes are doing it really well. So he's going to be right. He's going to be right up there.
Having a look at Jeremy's game.
Yep.
Jeremy's got an Armiger and a couple of Grey Knights left and a big unit of Terminators, and I'm looking down at Castellan and Landspeeder and Samael.
You mean a Crusader?
No, that's a... Oh. The big one. Not the Valiant, the other one.
Baba Debu?
It's not the Valiant. Imperial Knight. It's the other one.
Oh,
It
then
is the
then it
Castellan.
is the Castellan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep, keep going.
Looking like it can go Jeremy's way. There's not a whole lot left on the table, but Jeremy's pretty good.
Beautiful.
And on the table 6, which is actually our table 5, the Grey Knights versus the Dark Eldar. Red Knight standing strong, a couple of flies, a few flies still rocking around.
Wow.
There is a pretty decent dead pile for both players. How's this game going?
Good, man.
We're 3 Oh, very close this game, guys. Very close.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear.
You heard it here first. Dark Eldar flyers are disgusting.
Who would have thought? That's such an epiphany to me. Just a new thought has entered my brain.
Good.
Yeah, it's shocking. Unheard of. So it looks like all the destroyers are still there, the 4 that he started this round with, and same as the 4 Castellan robots. Can you tell us what phase they're into? Are they shooting?
I do believe we're in the shooting phase.
Nice. What's he shooting?
He's shooting into the Onegas.
With the Knight, I assume, yeah?
It looks like the Knight.
Yep. So I'm guessing the Onegas are what did all the damage in his turn, and he's like, oh, we can't have that happen again.
Yeah.
Might need to come back
and
here.
the Wolf Lord with the
where's
jump pack is right next to the Wolfen.
Okay, cute. What's that other character up the top next to Najal?
At the top of the table?
Yep.
Oh, it's not a character, it's one of the Grey Hunters.
Ah, beautiful. Okay, easy done. So the last Grey Hunter left.
Now next to a Grey Hunter.
Yeah, nice. I'm going to have to pop off for 1 second, so feel free to chuck this on your noggin and talk some smack, because I need to go to the loo really badly.
All right, I'm in the driver's seat. How good's this? Ooh, so thank you for joining us so late, guys. We know it's been a long one. It has been a long day for us as well, and good on Adam for doing it for as long as he has. It must be tough sitting here talking at yourself for so long. But yes, thank you for wherever you are in the world for joining us. We really do appreciate your company. It looks like Jack is having a pretty successful shooting phase right now. He has been targeting those Onaga Dune Crawlers. Must be dealing some damage to them, and the Wolfen are lining up some of the guardsmen, and he probably will charge into those Onagas very shortly. I don't know how much time is left in the round, but I can only imagine it is getting close to finishing. We are at 7 o'clock local time. Dropping drinks. But yeah, what are we at? We're at 2 hours and 15 minutes for stream time. We did start this game at 15 minutes in, so we've been on for 2 hours. We probably still do have an hour of play time left. And like we've been saying, the guys here at Terracon have got this great venue for us where we really have no limits for time. We can go as late as we want, but obviously we can't go all night. That would just be ridiculous. But we are enjoying our time here. We should be coming to the end of the shooting phase very soon, as I return the crown back to Adam.
Heavy weighs the crown. Heavy indeed is the crown.
That looked like we did do some wounds to the Onagas just then.
Yep. And
Just go have a quick sticky peek at exactly what
yeah,
the
and
doesn't look like.
how likely it is that the Wolfen are going to pull them down. So my thinking is he's probably thinking, because he's got the destroyers debuffed. Looks like there's enough cards on him to make me think they're quite debuffed. That he can ignore them for another turn. Meaning the Onagas have to grow this turn. Now the neutron laser is obviously the much better and much more threatening of the two. So yeah, it's probably worth investing quite a bit of shots into it.
Wolfen just made all their saves from Overwatch and made a pretty big charge. So they're going right into those Dune Crawlers.
Yeah, and they should mince them.
They're going to do some paddling.
They should paddle them all over the place. How many attacks has Wolfen got each? The base? I think they
3 base,
3 base.
on the normal ones. The leader's got 4.
And he's got 5 because he's got the paired weapons. If he was like he was last edition, which just shows you how much attention I paid to Wolfen. I may be paying them a lot more attention now.
I remember in 7th Ed, everyone was raving at just how good they are, but I only ever played against them once.
There you go.
For the whole time they were released, only once.
Yeah, I remember them being. I remember playing them a handful of times. I was playing guard though, and everyone's like, "Oh, you can't fight them because I'll just kill you." I'm like, "I'm guard. I can't fight anybody anyway." It didn't make a difference to me. Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you got 30 attacks, you're only killing 10 guardsmen.
Yeah, exactly right.
Lots of dice about to be rolled. Here comes the
Okay,
pair.
so this is some Overwatch.
No, Overwatch is done.
Oh, he said he was
Hang on,
just
you're
rolling
right.
Overwatch.
That's
Yeah.
Andrew, my mistake.
Yeah, some boys charging at the top, I'd assume, into some guardsmen there, or is it his Wolf Lord going into that unit of 10 guys? Okay, what happened there? And where's the charge? What the hell was that?
Under
Just
there
moved something in there.
is, I think, Rangers.
Oh, okay, Skitari Rangers. Yep,
I think so.
yep, that's fair.
But I'm not sure why.
The Wolf Lord will be going for him then.
Oh, is that the Wolf Lord I saw under there?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be a safe assumption.
Yeah, I was just saying to the stream while you were
Yeah,
indisposed.
indisposed.
I think we've still got an hour left in the round. Yeah.
I don't
We've
know.
only just hit the 2-hour mark for game time.
It's a long day.
Yeah.
Crikey, it's a long day. This voice is the voice of an Australian streamer. That's all I got left to give. And say crikey. Gosh.
Crikey, mate. For the international people that are tuning in, we don't say crikey all that often.
We don't actually say crikey at all.
That's for Rolf Harris.
It is, yeah. Okay, so the knight has made contact with those guardsmen right in front of it. I wonder if it looks like he could have moved through the gap there and possibly charged the destroyers. Looks like this is the Wolf Lord attacking because he's hitting on 2s, rolling to wound. Oh no, this is Wolfen.
No,
This is the Claw Wolfen, dude.
Oh no, the Wolf Lord is in there, mate. I'm fairly certain. I think I said that as I was walking back.
Okay.
There should be one guy with big wings sticking out the back.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice conversion on him.
Sick.
But yeah, I don't know what's going on under that number 2 objective, but there is something under that building.
Damn it.
Yeah, the other side.
Wrong side.
I saw it when I was walking back before.
How many people from overseas watching? I believe we've got at least one gentleman from, or lady, from the UK. And prior to that, we had a bunch of people who wouldn't tell us where they're from. Probably because they thought we were creepy.
But we did get some donations from them.
We
so
did get some
very,
friggin'
very
donations.
much appreciated.
Holy crap, it was so good. We got a guy signed up for our Patreon. If you have not already and you would like to support us, please head over to Patreon, just search Down Under Network and jump on to whatever you can do. Everything is welcome, greatly appreciated. Ben Clark is just walking around.
Look at these nerds.
How you doing, Ben?
Terribly.
Did you get a Yeah, well, apparently your list is awful, isn't it?
It's terrible.
It's terrible. He came for a good time.
Fucking apples with 16 Hellblasters killed 1,400 points in my army and 2 shooting phases.
That's no boo. There's no coming back from that.
And I couldn't avoid it because he's faster than me and he still stays in his
of
bubble.
course.
I can't get around it.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing I can do. Oh, it's alright, it's Apple. How's this game going, guys?
It's teetering, man.
Yeah,
it's right on the edge.
it's going
We might have an issue though with the scorecard.
It's good to see the
Which
guy
has
fucking
been
trained
wiped.
up. It's going well.
I better go have a look.
Can you please go have a look at that iPad for me? Unless the iPad has gone flat on us. It was at 50% before. It should not have gone flat. How you doing, Benno? Just usurping? Just doing some usurping?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on the fighting bird now.
You on the what?
Fighting bird, wild turkey.
Fighting bird? Cool. What happened? Bring it to me. Our iPad has died, which also means our scores have died. But as of when it was turned off, it was 8-8, but we hadn't had the bottom of turn 2. So most likely we're still going to see Jack in front by a couple of points.
Jack has come a long way. I played him like
Nah,
last year at Arcanicon.
don't plug it in. Don't worry about it.
He is thinking much better about his army. His positioning's so much better.
Yeah, dude, Jack's doing really well in this game. But also the admech player's doing really well because the admech player's got a brutal damage output against anti-mech.
Yeah, yeah.
So it looks like one of the Onagas just been picked up, guys. So there was Onaga Dreamcrawler here. It's just been killed by Wolfen.
Yep.
It looks like we have a red dice just here to signify that some damage has been done on the one with the neutron laser.
All right. What's he got in there? Tied it up?
Wolfen.
Wolfen?
Wolfen. He's got freaking Wolfen, man.
No, I get that. Like, I can't see and I haven't looked at the table, so I don't fucking know
Chuck,
what's
bring it
got.
here.
I haven't looked at fucking Jack's list properly yet.
Okay.
I haven't looked at the table, so it's hard to tell from the screen from this. So
Yeah, it
everyone
is.
watching us probably know what the fuck going on, but I fucking don't. But I'll let Nick come back because he's actually in the stream and I'm just being an asshole.
What did they do?
I think the screen just stopped, but everything reset to 0.
Oh my God, Betty.
Where's your having technical difficulty sign coming up? Where's the waiting music?
You got Diffy for us?
Shit editing.
Shit editing indeed. It's alright, we'll get the scores back. And if not, we'll just get him to update us on the scores.
Well, we can always watch the clip back, can't we?
Yeah, and see where it left off. We left off at 8-8. So it's just reset, I believe. So it was, we know it was 8-8 at the start of the bottom of turn 2. But Diffy should easily be able to get us back to where it was when it ended off. Yeah, still got 67% power. I don't know what's happened. User error, most likely.
Hello, technical support. How are you? The iPad screen disappeared for a little while, and it's reloaded with all the scores deleted. Is there any chance we can get it back?
Save us, Diffy. You're our only
It
hope.
didn't look like it dropped the internet, but I did go over and the screen was turned off. It took a couple of goes.
It says no service. Okay.
Yeah, it says no service on the SIM card, but the little Wi-Fi sign is solid.
Okay. Apologies, everybody. We'll have this back as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Tell it we're still trying to get the scores back. Have you got a pen? Just keep writing them down.
It was going fine until the screen went black. Yeah, they were being really good too. They were updating.
They were the best they've ever had, man. We don't want to disappoint these guys.
Yeah, not sure what happened.
But yeah, everything's reset. This guy needs a number of Wolfen alive. I think they're all still alive. I think all seven or 8 of them are still there. So I'll say, have you guys been marking it on paper as well as you go? You guys scoring it on paper as you go as well? Nick, can you do us a favour? Can you extrapolate from the paper and chuck all the scores back in? And then we'll be good to go. Huh?
How's it traveling?
Yeah, not too bad. It's a pretty swingy game, and it's still all up in the balance.
We're going to head off soon to the booking. If you want to come, you can come. If not,
I'll just go for it, man. If I catch up, I catch up. Literally, I'm going to be here till they finish the game, and they could be gone forever. So just go for it, dude. If I catch you, I catch you. Look what I've done. Pretty set. I'm onto my 3rd litre of water for the day. This is litre number 3 of water for me, which is why I'm going to the toilet like every half an hour, 20 minutes. It's the only thing I can do to keep my voice lubricated. Because, I've only been talking since 9 o'clock. Who knows? This baby might go to midnight. I'll do the full 12. Oh, sorry, to 9 o'clock, and I'll do the full 12. Right now, I'm at almost 10 hours of talking. Phenomenal. Looks like we're into the top of turn 3. Eversaw has moved up on the right, on that road, right next to the arrow. And it looks like he's pulling back, which is probably the right call. He's got that, well, he has a Crusader right, literally, looks like less than 3 meters away, so 3 inches away. So that means he can be intervened upon, because that guy is a character. So he needs to pull out outside of 3, else he's going to get heroically intervened into, which is a horrifically bad thing to have happen. To who? Cool. Put a smile on Hamilton's face. Put a smile on Hamilton's face. Now, so here's an interesting thing. He's deciding to move them. So he has moved them. They're not going to be double shooting this turn, but they can still shoot with the Mars stratagem and do quite a significant amount of damage. But they're most likely only going to be doing 7 to 8 wounds on the knight through a 4+ invulnerable save. Now I think they've both still got enough CP to rotate when they need to. Our good man on the floor, Nick, is putting the scores in right now as he goes. Not bad. We'll get these scores back to a semblance of competency. So the Wolfen tapping the Onager, those Wolfen are tapping the Onager. I do not believe they are wrapping it though, which might be a mistake. Might be a mistake. We will see as the game progresses. Because that Onager falls back and destroyers go into the Wolfen with the stratagem. They're still going to be hitting him on, so winning him on 2s and killing him with a 2 damage. I think that's the best way to go. Although the Wolfen have a feel no pain. Forest, do Wolfen have? I seem to think they have a 5+ feel no pain. In which case, the 2 damage doesn't. It's a little bit worse. They're still pretty good though. So, I think Jack is out of command points. Yep, Jack is on 0 and Andrew is on 3 left. Nice. Yeah, 5+ feel no pain. That's defensive. That's really good. So they're only toughness 4 though. Yeah, they're strength 5, toughness 4, 2 wounds, 3+ invul, and 5+ feel no pain. That becomes quite wonky for the 2 damage weapons. If he's not -1 to hit, he might still be better off overcharging, going to the 3 damage, and just being like, put an exclamation point on that damage. Yeah, dude, if the Wolfen touch whatever they want, it's GG. There's nothing here in this army that can actually kill them in combat. So right now we're at 11 to 9. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much.
That's what we do.
You're the man.
Getting it done.
So scores are now accurate. 3 CP to 0. Andrew's got 3 left. Jack has got 0, and it is 2 points Jack's way. It is very, very close, and so they are into the top of turn 3 right now. I'm hopeful of getting at least past turn 4. If they make it to turn 5, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Still, yeah. No worries. What have we got? I'm just going to see if there's any more scores have come in. You can all do this, by the way. Any of you can log on to Down Under Pairings and track this game as it goes. We have Ben Reggett on top right now with 104 victory points. Next under it is Gabe Delolio on 96, and under that is Mr. Michael Hamilton on 90. And then next after that, with a bit of a drop off, is Hayden Mansky on 72. That is good on you, Mansky. Well done. I need to have a look at Mr. Matt Morrisoli. Let's see where he is at. Because he is way down the list. Where is Mr. Morrisoli? I must have passed him already. Matt Morrisoli. So he hasn't got these scores put in yet. Neither is Jerry Martino. Only tracking those guys because they're well up there in the world and Australian rankings. Dean Sinbeck looks like he's had his second go. He's on 70 points. Yeah. Pretty interesting turn of events. Ben Reggett, he's got the Custodes with the 3 units of 4 Virtus Praetors. And the bits and pieces of everything else. I'm interested to know what the other gentleman's list is. So Gabe Delolio, he has Obsidian Rose, Cabal of the Obsidian Rose. He's got 2 Archons, he's got some Cabalites, he's got triple Venoms, he's got some Black Heart, another Archon, bunch of Cabalites in Ravagers, and 3 Raiders, and he has 3 Crimson Hunter Exarchs. Okay, yeah, okay, that list is legit. Nothing to sneeze at there. He's just measuring some. So it looks like we've fallen back and everything is moved out of the way of the Crusader. Looks like he's trying to re-establish a bit of a screen there. He's only got a couple of guys left, but he's keeping them outside of 3 inches, so they cannot be intervened into, which is the correct thing to do. Yeah, look, if they had they have very, very average units and 1 or 2 very good units, and there's nothing in the middle to actually build the meat and potatoes of your list around. The same could be said for Blood Angels. Blood Angels makes a good battalion at a bare minimum battalion. They make a good bare minimum battalion, and everything else that they make is very, very average and mediocre. And I suppose the same could be said for Grey Knights as well. Grey Knights have 2 good units. They have no middle tier in there. They have everything is shit and 1 or 2 stars. And yeah, there's no middle good units. I suppose that's the same. I think Dark Angels has a bit of an exception. They have quite a few good units, quite a few more than the other ones. But apart from that, yeah, not all that much as themselves.
I think Dark Angels are on the cusp of good.
Yeah, I agree. Dark Angels are.
There's nothing that stand out in Dark Angels.
Yeah, nothing blows your mind, but there's quite some competent stuff in there. The damage output from Dark Talons and things like that is fearsome, but for their points, they just kind of just die.
But I think it goes back to what we were saying a bit earlier, and that is anything can be relevant in this game.
Yeah, dude, anything can be. Anything can be. You just got to get you got to be willing. You got to be willing to blood, sweat, and tears into it.
And that's something about what Matt Morrisoli's list is doing. He's got a bit of a mixed bag of everything in there, and because he's dedicated to it and everything can be good, he's made it better just by being dedicated to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's props to the player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good on him.
So one of the first. So I used to run a podcast, and the first serious episode, I did an intro episode, and then the next episode after that, I told everybody that in 8th edition, one of the best things you can do is dedicate yourself to a faction, and just create a big, well-rounded force of 5,000-6,000 points. So you got one or two of everything. And so when things get nerfed, when things go in and out of vogue, you can roll with the punches, and you don't just feel like you're getting punished. If you're playing Knights, yeah, and you were just playing fucking Castellans, yeah, and Castellans got nerfed, feels bad. Same thing can be said. I was playing conscripts. I was playing 200 fearless conscripts. It was absolute freaking AIDS for anyone who played me. Then conscripts got nerfed. Then they got nerfed again, and then they got nerfed again, and then they got took out behind the shed and shot in the head. Yeah, I just they keep just hurting. They keep hurting me. It felt bad, but I had 10,000 points of guard, so I was like, oh well, I've got all these other play styles I can just go to. Now there are some factions who can't do that, like Blood Angels. Blood Angels can't do that. They literally have smash captains and they have good scouts. And that's it.
Yeah.
Death Company are good in a vacuum, in the right circumstances. Death Company are phenomenal with the right player, but they just don't hold up over 6 games, do they?
They're still Marines.
Exactly right. They're still just Marines. Give them a 5+ feel no pain and make them fucking fearless. Why are they not fearless?
I would.
Good God.
Them, even if they were around Astorath or Lamartes or something.
Yeah.
Have your reason.
Chaplain.
To take
Yeah. Give them a chaplain. They're fearless or some shit. Yeah.
Because that's what chappies used to do.
Yep. Yeah. 30k. That's what they still do. Looks like that Onager has fallen back onto the neutron laser. I would have thought he would have killed the neutron laser and left the eradication beam. The neutron laser is a lot more deadly.
It could have just been
The way he rolled, he might have split him and he's just like, I killed this one, didn't kill this one. That's fair. He's putting his destroyers, he's back up to 5 destroyers now.
This is where it starts to look bad when the guard player is getting pushed further and further away from those objectives.
Problem is though,
he's not going to be racking up points.
he has a really big turn here. He has a really big turn here.
That's what every turn has been in this game.
It's all been big turns, man.
Time
It's like
everyone's
they're just swinging haymakers. There's no jabs. It's just all haymakers. And who's gonna get knocked out first? Who's got the weaker jaw? It's pretty cool.
We saw that in Ponyboy versus Morrisoli. It was Ponyboy pulled out some awesome player, and then Matt would do the same thing. It would go one way, then the other.
That one was more like though Matt was just beating on him, and then he pulled out a sweet combo, and then Matt would start beating on him again. But it was still pretty spicy.
It was until the knockout punch happened, where
Matt was like winning on points in the rounds, and then he just got staggered. He got clipped on the jaw. He had a bit of a stagger. He was like, oh shit, is he gonna get knocked out? Is he going down? And no, he rallied. That's cool. Boxing analogies in 40k. We are such a we're so bad at confrontation as a gamut, as a thing, and we're just using boxing analogies. We're using violence to describe us.
It's a violent board game.
It's a pretty violent board game. You're just kind of killing each other's stuff. What can he do? Let's see, he's still getting hold more every turn. He's still getting, but he's gonna stop getting kill more soon. Although, nah, he's not. He's not. Like, there are so many little kills here left.
Yeah.
See all this stuff? 4 servitors, 4 servitors, 4 servitors. They're just waiting to get picked up. That Crusader can just turn around, pick up all 3 of those, and just make sure he gets kill more next turn as well. And yeah, he's securely holding. So he's got this lockdown. Although I don't know what those are.
I do believe they're Vanguard.
It's 10 guys. It's 10 guys. It can't be. They're 2 units of 5. It's guardsmen. They're Australian guards. Okay, cool. So he's got guardsmen on that one. So it's 2-2 on the objectives.
Oh, he's using Deathcore at Craig Morris.
They look stupendous. They are amazing. If I see it, I've got 10,500 points of painted Cadians. If I could go back and tell my hobby self to do one thing different, I'd have Deathcore instead. The models are just so good. The aesthetic is just so good. It's fucking phenomenal. I used to be intimidated by Forge World though when I was first starting out in the hobby.
Oh, me too.
Forge World was really intimidating because I'm like, it's so expensive, and what if I fuck it up? What if I stuff it up?
I was always saying you got to learn how to paint before you buy one.
But yeah, now knowing what I know, and that it doesn't really matter if 30 of my 200 guardsmen look shitter than the rest.
Yeah.
No one's gonna notice. Those ones die first. Literally, no one's gonna notice.
The most important part is that you enjoy your hobby, and if you want the Forge World models,
Exactly right. I figure in like 5 years, when I've had enough of the guardsmen, I'll sell those off, and whatever I make off them, Deathcore. Do it.
So I would never sell my guardsmen. When I was contemplating getting rid of my armies, because I have a lot.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
If I was going to sell all my armies, the guard would stay.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what I would do. I adore my Cadian guard. If I wanted to do Deathcore, I'd keep my Cadians
and just do
find
Deathcore.
a way and I'd just get more Deathcore.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got a real soft spot for my Imperial guard.
The Knight's dead.
Oh.
And I think he's exploded. Has the Knight exploded?
Oh, it's taking something with it.
I'm just going to take a pound of flesh. No. So that is a big hit for Jack. Although he's pretty sure he's going to go down this turn. Like, it's 2d6 distance. What'd he roll? So it's d6 mortal wounds. D6 mortal wounds in an 11-inch radius. So he's going to hit.
Destroyers,
he's going to hit.
Guardsmen, the battle bots.
It's his characters as well. He's just going to
get. And maybe even his Raider.
Yeah.
Actually, I think definitely his Raider.
Yep. Oh, Najal just took a couple. Is that last?
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello, buddy. How you doing? We've just been joined
Good,
by the
yourself?
Welcome back, Div. Thank you.
Diff. So, are you up to date with what's going on in this game?
No, I've been eating dinner.
Oh, fair enough. Lucky you. I haven't eaten. I've just been fed biscuits by Mr. Hamilton. So
I see a knight and a land raider against an army.
the knight's just died.
Oh,
They're resolving
I
the
s-
explosion.
They're
right
resolving the
now.
explosion. He rolled for the explosion
I,
and he got an
I
11
see a
inch.
land raider.
I know. I know. There's a big unit of wolfen here, by the way. That's 7 wolfen that I've just circled. He's killed 2 destroyers in the explosion, leaving 3 left.
Wow.
So that's an easy pickup for the wolfen next turn. Interesting thing is though that Onager, does he want to go for it or does he leave it there now and just go and try and clear the other 2? So here's the problem though. If he pulls the wolfen out there, he'll kill those, and then the Castellan robots just kill the wolfen. So far, he's managed to keep the wolfen away from them, and he's done well to do that. But I'm not sure he can next turn. I think he just has to.
Maybe he just holds off and
Maybe-
maybe get tabled.
Yeah, maybe he just kills the Onager, hunkers down in that ruin, take the kills he can, and just try and not
Well,
get
he can
pounded.
still get a few more kills in the bottom corner where the mortar teams
Yep,
are.
yep. Well, dude, he's got kills everywhere still. He's got kills here. He's got 2. There's 2 units of rangers there. There's mortars. There's the Onager. There's a character behind the Onager. There's mortars up here. There's fucking kills everywhere. And so they're not going to do. So he just needs to stay out of line of sight of them. He doesn't. If they move around, and if they want to get ballsy and move around to get line of sight, because he should try and scope him here. Yeah. So he gets about there. They can't see, and they can't see. So if he, let me just get rid of everything. I've made it a bit of a mess. So if he charges into the Onager and he occupies this area, I don't. Maybe he'll have to string up like this. If he occupies that area, these guys can't see. These guys can't see. If they want to get ballsy and try and peek around, you eat them.
Yeah.
No problems. And maybe then you leave the mortars there and you consolidate into the mortar so you can consolidate back into the cover. But yeah, there's plenty of points here for Jack to pick up if he's willing to play really conservatively. He needs to take his foot off the brake
The Eversaw died.
to the explosion.
The Eversaw was back there on the corner to the right of objective number 6? 3.
3. Yeah. So he got caught in the explosion.
Yep, and he died.
Ouch.
Jack.
Jack just gave himself a round of applause.
Nice.
Oh, lordy.
That's pretty cool. I was just saying it's the worst assassin. Failed his charge, did nothing. Useless. But we were saying before.
Failed his charge twice.
Yeah, failed his charge twice, man. 3d6, needing a 9, failed twice. We've been saying before, Diffie, that both of these guys have literally just been throwing haymakers at each other. They've just been like taking huge chunks out of each other's armies. And it looks
Really?
like yeah.
It doesn't look like the left has had that much taken out
The
of it.
left had a guard brigade in it. Does not have a guard brigade in it right now.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, so they've both just been picking up handfuls and handfuls of each other's models, but it looks like, so the thing is, he had to kill guardsmen in order to try and get his melee units to connect with the actual things that do damage, e.g. the Onagers, the Destroyers, the Castellan robots, whereas those 3 units were picking up value targets out of the Space Wolves. They were picking up Knights, they were picking up Warglaves, they were picking up Razorbacks. So he's been losing value offensively, whereas the admin player has not. He's just been losing guardsmen, mortar teams, sentinels, stuff like that. Stuff he didn't need anyway. So and that's just caught up now. It's really starting to tell. So that would do. The Castellans hadn't even shot yet. Here's the Castellans coming in. They're going to pick up.
Still a while, I think.
Yeah. So the Castellans are shooting in, and they're shooting into the Najal, and they're shooting into the Land Raider. We need a time check on this round. Let's have a look. Round. Jack.
Oh, Jack, sorry.
15 minutes left.
15 minutes.
That's if that's still accurate.
It's probably still accurate. Well, we'll leave it up to these guys. It says 15 minutes left in the round on this. The TO is able to adjust it if he wants on the time remaining. So if it says 15 minutes left here on the round, which we'll go with. Because right now Jack's up by 2 points. He's going to get the bottom of the turn, and then the game's going to end. So the Wolfen aren't going to die now.
Yeah.
So
And he hasn't clocked in what he's getting now.
Yeah. So he has a chance
Oh, no,
here.
Andrew went first, and Andrew's shooting now.
Yeah. Andrew's gone
So yeah,
first.
Jack is going to have one more.
Jack is going to have one more turn here. So these Wolfen need to consolidate and keep this objective. They need to take this objective away. So that means killing these mortars, and that means killing the destroyers, which should be very doable.
What if he just turns around and kills the ones in the middle?
Yeah,
Maybe
he could do that.
Land Raider can do that.
Yeah,
Land Raider has a lot of
that's what I was
shot.
going to say. Land Raider should just do that. Land Raider should just move around, go park on the objective, and blitz. He'll just easily kill those 10 guys. 24.
Land Raiders should just do donuts in the middle.
Well, no, this is the last turn of the game, man.
Just do some donuts.
Just do some doughies. What did Morrisoli say?
I might just go.
We've used our Dan Martins.
I've used the Dan Martins. You still have one if you'd like to use it.
I can hear Jackson. He must be doing well.
Man. Nah, I think Benno and Matt Jackson are off to the pub and they want Nick to go, and he's like, I'm still on stream, and you have a sit. This is Matt the Beard Jackson.
The animal.
Matt the Animal Jackson.
You
That's
can't
pretty good.
say the beard because there's already a dude with the beard as his name.
Who's that?
Tabletop Titans.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The animal
Who
then.
also plays Iron Warriors.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh, he's worse than you.
Pretty nice with the model though.
His armies are gorgeous. Yeah, really well painted. It's looking a bit bad for the Space Wolves now, but this is the last turn of the game, and he has an opportunity to snag this. But not if that Land Raider goes down.
Pulling a Matt Jack.
So he's got this objective tied up, and he's got this objective tied up. These two.
Is this bottom of his turn?
He's going to get the bottom of turn, and this will be the last turn of the game. So he has a chance, and he's up by 2 points right now. So I'm really interested to see what points are chucked in for the guard player, because this, like, if the guard player is only up by 2 or 3 points, this is Jack's. Jack's won it, because he can easily get his 2 points in a minute.
Don't forget they've also got they've both got old school, and Jack is going to get line breaker, and Andrew is not.
Yeah, that's why I said he needs to go for this objective. He kills the destroyers, he kills the mortars. That'll get him. So what's he lost this turn? He lost the knight. That's it. He's only lost the knight this turn. Whereas he's already killed an Eversaw as well. So Eversaw's dead. So his chances of getting kill more are pretty high. If he takes out those mortars, he takes out those destroyers. That is kill more, that is hold more, and that is line breaker. There's a 4-point swing right there. He's already 2 points up. I really doubt that Andrew's going to get 7 points this turn, which means if Jack pulls off what he needs to pull off, he's got this down. He'll win it by about like 2 points, I think.
Bringing
This
it
is top
home for
table,
the
yeah.
Wolves.
Sorry?
Bringing it home for the Wolves.
Bringing it home for the Wolves. Yeah, well, he can. He's in the position to. I think this might be a time factor as well, though, because if he had to go on one more turn, I'm not sure there's any Wolves left. But you play the game you got.
That's why you should clock.
That's why you should clock, guys. I don't believe either players. I can't say for sure. I haven't been really paying attention to which players have been taking more time. On the basis of the model count and the amount of dice thrown per turn, you'd have to assume the guard players used more time, just simply because he's got so many more actions, so many more units. But that's not necessarily the case. Might not be. Later, brother.
Yeah, it doesn't always.
You can take Nick if you want. Like if you guys are heading off.
Tell Jackson I said it's a mighty beard.
I know, to give him shit for it. I'm not saying can't.
No, you can't say you can't give him too much shit because there's a goat symbol on TV.
No.
Yeah,
No way.
yeah, man. We're putting you up.
Nicky, draft.
Nikki's been helping us out. Draft. Okay. Mr. Morrisoli has gone down in his round. Interesting developments. Would have been better to play Martino. Yeah.
The time on the clock is accurate, so it's what, 10
Okay.
minutes left?
10 minutes left in the round. Looks like we got a story over drinks later tonight.
Oh, what happened?
Morrisoli went down.
Morrisoli went down.
Come on, man, don't eat my tip.
I'm gonna have a look at what the scores were.
Suck a dick.
Where is it?
Peppermint.
Where is he? What table was he on?
I'll be a couple minutes.
Table 5, there is. So that game ended up being a 21-28 loss. Peter Skeen, what was he playing? There's no list there for Peter. Where is he?
Down.
Very interested. So he's on table 5. There we go. So he has a Crusader, a Gallant, a Warden, and a Loyal 32 with a heavy weapon squad. Okay. I would have thought Morosoli would do quite well there, but he says there's a story behind that, so I'll listen to that over my dinner, and we'll see how we go. MMX James, thank you for following, brother. Much appreciated. We are we are at the end of this game. So Andrew has just jumped Jack by 1 point, but we're still at the bottom of the turn. So we haven't played the bottom of the turn yet. So this will be the last turn of the game, and this will decide things. He just needs to get a kill on a hold, and he wins by a point. So
would you turn the Wolfen around to kill that and just guarantee
it? Take the easy win. The thing is though, Diffie pointed it out. He's got old school, so he's getting a point for line breaker there already. So he's got nothing to lose there by going to get a kill or two. So he's already got 2 objectives. So if he goes and gets this one, it's 4 or 5 points swing right there. So big deal, big deals.
See what he does.
It's very I'll be very interested to see what he does.
He's doing that.
Yeah, he's going for it. That's the wrap. So that's the Wolf Lord. He's just putting the Wolf Lord up.
That's fine.
That's fine. Look at this point. I think it's fine. I think due to time and good play, Jack's going to pull this out. But I think it's safe to say, had this gone to a natural conclusion, Andrews probably would have won this. He probably would have been quite close to tabling him at the end of the next turn. But you play the game you got with the time you were given. And both these gentlemen have played in really good spirits. They've played a really clean game. There's been no confusions, no arguments. Wonderful top table play by both men.
And it's good to see some fresh faces.
It is, on the top tables. It's fantastic.
Hey, Adam, can I have a chewy?
You can. You absolutely can have a chewy. Hayden Mansky. You can. Wearing your special helmet.
You like it?
I do like your special helmet.
You nerd?
Shut up, you nerd!
Honestly, I've been giving to everyone who's been nerds since I was 1. But they're not good at it.
Mansky's drinking, and you can tell.
Yes, no, bad, Matt.
No, I couldn't find it, sir. I thought I saw it. I must have someone's big day. Like,
What?
whether he's got gum if we need it. I'm saying you do.
What is happening? What the fuck is going on? There's too many dudes around the table now. But it's okay. Well, we're at the end of the game. It's fine. I've got an image to uphold. Jeez. That's fine. It's fine.
Will you come out later?
Yeah.
You like to watch me? Because when I get too drunk, you're like, alright, it's time to go home, mate.
It is. You're the indicator of what time it's time for me to pike.
You know what? I'm the indicator of this entire.
That's right. He's going to do a...
I headbutted him before, and I won.
Good job.
Australian.
Through the helmet.
Yeah. It's just like, man, these guys are piss heads.
These guys are the loosest units. We are the loosest units on Twitch. The loosest units on Twitch. Right here. I'm not sure it's something to be proud of. They're your mates, by the way.
We used to live with 2 of them.
I know, yeah. This will be running via Down Under Pairings. Yes, absolutely. Well, you just type in !lists and the list will come up, MMX James. If not, go to Down Under Pairings and just go to Tournament and click on Terracon. And you'll see all the players, you can see all the rounds, you can see the standings, everything you need, man. If you want to go a little bit further, you can subscribe. You can see a bunch of stats for the number of armies being brought by each person. We've got nice shiny pie charts and PDF formatted lists, so you can just scroll down and click on whoever you want, rather than have to click on the player name. There's a few perks there. If that's for you, so be it. If not, all good, man. Okay. Yeah, it looks like that Crusader has just beat backed up, and he is taking down. Yeah, he's got off those dudes. Looks like there's one left. Looks like there's one left. Bolt pistol from the Lord. Are those destroyers on that objective? This is the last round of the day. This is the last turn of the last round of the day. Whereabouts are you from, James? Because yeah, we've been going for so it's just ticked over 8 o'clock. That means that this is our 9th hour of streaming today. Wait, so we started at 9. No, it's 11th hour of streaming. That's much worse. This is my 11th hour of talking today. Just putting it out there.
But thank you to everyone for joining us
Yeah,
and
dude.
listening to us for so long.
Thank you so much, guys. Greatly appreciated. Love you all. Man, there are so many juicy kills that he's not gonna get. He'd always be better off just ignoring the Onager and just going and eating those 2 units of Rangers and the unit of mortars. That's 3 kills there. Was the Onager's only 1 kill? Although, did he take Big Game Hunter? No, the other guy took Big Game Hunter. Yeah, Jack's got Reaper, old school. I think he's got 3 Reaper points. He's got 1 old school point and 3 for Gangbusters.
James is from England or UK.
Nice.
Welcome.
We're about in the UK, man. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. There is some pretty hilarious commentary over game 2. We had 2 good mates and 2 good mates of ours on it, and we just took the piss out of them the whole time. It was fantastic. It was actually even a good top table game. They were quite high quality players. So check it out. That is game 2 of today. If you want to go back and watch, I'd watch that one. So I think we've just rolled the charge for the Wolfen.
Well, he is definitely getting the line breaker points, so
yeah, he's definitely getting the line breaker.
I think this is definitely
Jack. Definitely Jack's. If they're calling the end of this, then the game is over. Jack's already won.
Well, does he still have the blood claws?
Yeah, he does. Yep, they're still there.
And Nyal is still on the top.
Nyal's still on the top one.
Yeah.
So he's still got 2. It looks like he's got 1 guy left here. It looks like there's one there. Wrong side of the table for us. Go confirm for us, please, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, still 1 guardsman left. Is he going to survive morale?
Morale?
He's probably going to. He's lost 9 guys this turn unless he pays 2 CP, which he doesn't have. He's not going to survive morale. He's just going to auto pop. So you might as well have picked him up already, which is a kill there. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it, James. It's fantastic.
Typical war gamers.
Yeah, typical. We're always here to cut each other down. Tall poppy. Everything is love away from the table, on the table. Yeah, you're a prick, and you're a prick, and you're a bastard. Left in the round, we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the round.
That was Jeremy and his opponent. I keep forgetting his name. I'm terrible.
So I don't know what's just happened there, but there's a little bit of take backsies occurring. Okay. I think something just happened there, where the Wolf Lord was going to die, and they decided to do a take backsy because it was an unknown stratagem, and he's gone into the Onager instead. Mr. Dan Martin, Mr. Dean Sinbeck have both joined us. How'd you do in your games, gentlemen?
Good.
So this is the belligerent Dan Martin, who the see you next Tuesday word has been replaced with his name.
How many times have you said cunt?
I've said twice, and thank you. There's a Dan Martin by Dan Martin. James just said, haha, there's no comedy smack talk. Are you even at a tournament? No, you are not. It needs comedy smack talk for it to be a tournament. Did you get up in your game?
I did. My opponent conceded turn 2.
There seems to be a lot of that. Hamilton's component has seen a turn 2. There's a few of those. I suppose it's late. People are having
He encountered pinning for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh. Do you have to be that guy?
Kind of.
It just does have to be that guy.
Combat player. What am I supposed
He is
to
a combat
do?
player.
Pin people?
Combat specialist, Dean
I
Schimbeck.
didn't say specialist.
Combat specialist, Dean Schimbeck. I know. Jez says specialist, and then I started saying specialist. You need to get on your
Combat master, maybe.
You need to get on your shirt next time. You need to get on your shirt. Dean Schimbeck, combat specialist.
Next year I'm going to get a shirt that just says get pinned, cunt.
Another Dan Martin on stream.
Dan Martin.
That's the 4th Dan Martin today. Diffie, are you even still here? I can hear you now.
Yeah, I just came back.
You just missed Dan Martin dropping a Dan Martin?
No, I
and
didn't.
Dean Sinbeck dropping a Dan Martin.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I got it.
You got it? Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. We need to put in like a soundproofed box around us.
we covered our asses when we put on
Please
the
donate. Subscribe
mature
to our
audiences.
now.
Oh, really? Are we allowed to say it now? Or we should still show some restraint?
Oh, we should show some restraint,
Okay.
but I'm fairly confident we're allowed to say it.
Okay, cool. Well, here is a regulation.
It's more that we don't want to lose some of our hosts
Okay, yeah, that's true.
that are a little bit more a bunch of pussies.
Okay, that's fair enough. So there's an objective there being held. So that objective there. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a big shaft down the middle.
Yeah. I was about to say. So it was a bit of a tactics thing. So there's objective being held there, objective being held there, and then he's just exerted influence over this part of the board. It never gets old. I've done that every stream I've ever done. It never gets old, guys. This is the pinnacle of Twitch, just drawing dicks on the screen. It's the pinnacle of everything. Didn't they find, like, dick graffiti at Pompeii? Or some shit?
Probably.
Oh, the caveman drawings.
Caveman's just toodles. Oh, man. Never going to get old. Wolfen have killed and cleaned the absolute clock of that Onager. It is now gone.
So am I right in thinking that this is the last turn?
Yep. What was my prediction? 2 or 3 point win to Jack. They are now over time, and we will see what they decide to do.
I think they have agreed to end it after Jack's turn.
If they have, so be it. We were going to ride this one out. If they decide to go again, we were going to stick to show. I was going to be like, oh, my voice not sure I can keep going, but I would have kept going, guys, because that's what we do. We're here for you.
Here at the Down Under Network. I've got an 18-month-old currently just cuddling in, having a bottle of milk while watching Twitch with us.
Nice. Did he see the chode on the screen?
Probably, but
Cool.
Conveniently he doesn't really know what that is.
Doesn't matter. Still saw it.
Yeah. But
At Down
conveniently he
Under
can't hear
Network, we care about your baby.
And thank you to Jack's family for tuning in.
Jack's family, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope there wasn't too many shenanigans.
I hope it wasn't like 6-year-old kids going.
Yeah.
Who's Dan Martin?
Yeah, who's Dan Martin?
Dan Martin?
What is the Dan Martin? Hopefully we were entertaining. Hopefully our call of the game was above par. We made this an enjoyable experience, even though essentially talking in like an unknown language.
Look, I try, having not knowing much about 8 Dead, but...
You do good, dude. You do quite good. To those who have joined us, so we are wrapping. This is the bottom of the 9. We are wrapping this baby up. We're waiting for the scores to get finalised and see a handshake on screen.
Maybe we should use this time for Nick Kelly to plug himself.
Nick Kelly, plug yourself. What is Goat House? What do you do? Who is your Goat House and what does it do?
The Goat House is myself, Nick Kelly, Ben Clark, Matt Jackson, Andrew Armstrong, and a plethora of guests that we have around. We used to live together and we love 40K. We're going to be doing all sorts of things from dumb list writing to tournament reports and practice games. Basically just trying to cover 40K in the language that we like to speak. We don't necessarily like the 2-hour-long battle reports that you can get on YouTube, so we're trying to just trim down and do some things that entertain us. Right now we've got a little project going called the 40K Draft, where we have separated the Space Marine Codex into individual units, and we just grabbed unknown things and
just
we're
mushed
making
them
lists
together.
out of them, and that's what we're going to play. Why? For no other reason we think it's funny.
You guys find it funny, and you're going to record it, and maybe some other people will find it funny.
That's right.
So much the better. And you're enjoying that time anyway yourself, so you're like, we'll put it out there.
We are taking those draft lists to a tournament at the end of the year, HammerCon, which is a 4v4 tournament.
Cool.
We are playing them, and we are going to be playing them against other people.
It's a 4v4 tournament.
Yep.
Sick.
So that's run by Ty Casey, who is doing it on behalf of the Australian Defence.
Yep.
Something or other, which sponsor Soldier On. Great charity.
Yeah, fantastic
for
charity.
vets. So we love to go and support that. We're definitely going to be there.
We going this year, Diffie?
December.
Is it in Melbourne?
It's not in Melbourne, is it?
No, it's in Brizzy.
It's in Brizzy, mate.
So we could probably get our northern correspondents.
If we're not streaming, Oh, yeah, we can get our northern correspondents. We're going to have a streaming team up in Queensland. We're going to have a streaming team in WA. We're going to have a streaming team in New South. We're going to have a streaming team in ATC. We're going to cover this nation. It's over. You guys are overtime.
Oh, it's over?
Yeah. So no, you guys decide for yourselves.
Well, we're starting the next one last.
It's not up to.
It's not up to decide. You guys. It's up to you guys to decide.
Playing until they tell you no.
You guys decide. Did Jack just say we should call it?
Yeah, of course it did.
Of course he did. He's 3 points up.
Well, I reckon Jack would have made those decisions based on.
Yeah, he would have.
Ending now.
Yeah. If not, he probably would have run and gunned into the destroyers, getting them off the table, and then pushed. Yeah. So he would have done things differently. And look, it's 8:20. These guys have been playing since 9 o'clock.
This is.
They've probably had more than enough. Looks like they're doing a turn.
Well, good on them.
They're doing it. They're going for it. All right, not fair enough. That's their call. Make it quick.
Yeah.
My voice
Well,
box.
there's not much left.
Well, my voice box is about to go, Adam. I've had enough of you and your shit. It's just going to crawl out of my throat and it's going to move to another country and start a family. It's just had enough.
I'm going to do my own Down Under network.
Yeah, with blackjack. In fact, forget the Down Under network and the blackjack. We do not endorse prostitution on this channel.
But we don't not endorse.
That's correct. Okay, who's still with us? We've got 15 people still with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Have we still got anyone in the chat left?
Such a long day,
or
yeah.
have we lost everyone?
We've got 15 viewers. I'm not sure how many of those are active or they just got it on in the background while they're, I don't know, painting, talking smack, entertaining babies. This stream has been going for 3 hours and 7 minutes now. We did have the
Mate, that's a long stream.
We did have the waiting screen up for at least 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. So we're close to the 3 hour mark on this round. And according to the clock, there are now 8 minutes over the round time.
So they decided to play turn 4.
They decided to play turn 4. I think Jack.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think Jack probably felt bad. He probably knew turn 3 he's won it by 3 points. Turn 4 he's probably going to lose it by 3 points. So I don't know. I don't know what the right. Well, it's up to them. It's not up to us.
Well, it's up to the TOs, right?
No pros am I subscribing. McGowan. So we've just had a TO walk into this room, and he's seeing that there are still a couple of games still going. And he's probably
Tom's pretty chilled out.
he's pretty chill kind of dude. He's not going to come lay down the law and be like, "Rip this dice down right now. What is this shit?" Cool. Yeah, Tom doesn't care. He's just like, wrap it up. Whenever it's finished, it's finished. Finish the turn.
Well, it's because they have the venue and
Yeah, they've got the
people are
venue.
drinking at the venue.
They've got the venue.
Like,
People are sleeping at the venue. Like,
Yeah, man.
they don't give a shit. They don't care about my voice. Jeez.
People have been staying here even when the venue was back at the town hall. This is tradition.
Back to things. Back to things and things.
so what are we looking like? So Andrew has enough firepower to.
Near wipe him. I don't think you can wipe him this
You
turn.
reckon near white?
No, he won't wipe him this turn. But if you went to a natural conclusion, I think Andrew wins this comfortably. At the end of this turn, Jack might still be on top. The only thing is if he even has one freaking Wolfen left, that can go and get him a kill. He's got 3.
That's juicy, right?
So
He's got 3.
am I right in thinking that the top center
Is
objective?
there a model still on number 2?
Nah, number 2's cleared.
That would
Cleaned.
have definitely died from a rat.
Yeah.
So that top center objective, which I think is number 3.
Yep, it's got Najal Stormclaw on it.
Could he be literally on the other side of that wall
And
and
still
still
be
on the objective?
Yes, it could be. Don't ask me how the economy works. but
Well,
that's
I think
how
it's a
it
little
is.
personally, I think it's a little unfair for them to play turn 4 when it was assumed that turn 3 would be the last turn, because obviously
I didn't hear him make
some-
any agreements.
Yeah.
I don't know if they knew what the clock was. At the end of that turn, Jack turned to me. Jack turned to me and said, "How much is left?" And I said, "You guys are over. You guys are like 2 minutes over time." And then he turned around and said, "What do you want to do?" And they've agreed to go another turn. So I'm not sure there was any verbal contracts or anything like that. I'm actually of the opinion there wasn't, from the way they both acted. So, and the TO's okay with it. I think we just move on.
Yep.
Looks like one Wolfen's been knocked down. But look, so all he needs is one Wolfen. One Wolfen to go in. He's got a unit of Rangers there. He's got a unit of Mortars there and a unit of Rangers there. One Wolfen can hook up one of those squads, pretty much. Especially if that's 6 attack, fucking Wolf, Sergeant, whatever it is.
Well, it'll be the leader with lightning claws at the end. You don't need Thunderhammers.
Don't need the Thunderhammers to kill Mortars and stuff. Yeah, people make mistakes when they think the game's going to end. Hello, Jam. We can hear Jam. That was Gemma Diffie.
What was?
We heard her.
No, you didn't.
Or was it your baby?
I don't think it was either. It was probably the TV.
You're watching babies on your TV, you weirdo.
So this isn't even the last score. Like, there are still 2, 4, 6,
Really?
8 games.
Well,
8 games still going.
Dude, 2 top table games are still going. The Slackers, Reimel's game's still going, and Martino's game's still going. It's not good enough.
So what happened with Marisoli going down?
I don't know. He says there's a story to it, and I'll probably hear that over dinner. But yeah, he set it off.
There's a story to it.
He just makes sure he's going to tell everybody.
Yeah, everyone's going to know that story by tomorrow.
Yeah.
He made a mistake.
That's
he
what
failed
happened.
to charge.
Yeah, made a mistake, failed to charge.
Yeah.
Failed a bunch of powers, everything fell apart.
Yeah, that's my guess.
All right, where are we at here? So they're just thinking it out. So he's going to put all his.
He's going to try and kill the Land Raider.
Yeah, he's killing the Land Raider with all his shooting, and they're just talking it out. Yep. So they're just talking. I think they're just talking out the last turn. So they've agreed. I think they've agreed that the Land Raider is going to die, and now they're just thinking out what the Wolfen's going to do.
They're measuring out to see if he can get for Slay the Warlord.
He's going to go for a Warlord.
Would be beneficial because
he's got old school. Yeah. So he's going to go for that.
I'm learning this ITC stuff,
Yeah,
man.
you are.
I'm getting
Well, that's got to be worth 3 points because he'll be in Linebreaker. He'll get the Warlord and he'll get a kill on the last turn of the game. So it's a 3-point swing right there. So that is absolutely the way to go.
So fun little fact, Adam.
Yes.
Old school, once again, second most popular secondary objective.
So, we're going to do some stats next week. Breaking down.
Fun little fact.
Worst.
It has the lowest average at 2.45.
Shit. It's so bad.
The most popular is Headhunter, with average of 2.6 and selected 124 times.
Wow.
But the most successful is Reaper with 3.37. But Reaper's always successful because you only select it against Horde.
Exactly right. It's the most targeted. It's the most reliable as well.
Yeah.
Because the Horde player can't hide their Horde and stop you getting Reaper points. Whereas a Headhunter player, everyone's got characters. Everyone can hide characters, stop you getting Headhunter points. There's no way to deny the Reaper when you have a Horde already. So I think he charged the Wolfen. And the only reason I could see him doing that is because he already knows he hasn't gotten kill more. So he's decided, I'll just give you a kill, hoping that one of them will survive and stop you from being able to get around and charge so it'll survive through his attacks and be there to stop him from moving freely and charging his Warlord. But no, they just died. So the Land Raider.
agreed that the mortal wounds would do enough on the Land
Raider. We'll just kill the Land Raider.
And props to Jack.
Yeah.
For agreeing to that.
Yep. So they're just talking it through. So they've agreed that that Manipulus was just going to die. And then it's just talking through. So they've agreed that the Land Raider's dead, and then it's going to see if he can go kill his Warlord.
So
I still.
Wolf Lord.
Yeah, that's the Wolf Lord. I still think Jack's going to win this. This might have been detrimental to go this extra round. He'd only lost by, what was it, 2 points? 15-13? No, sorry, 16-14 or something.
16-14.
And now
Jack's
he's
way.
up to 18 somehow? How's he got 2 more points?
Unless they've put it in
Unless
the wrong
they've just added up the last couple of Reaper points.
Unless Jack did get those.
Yeah.
Because Andrew hasn't been getting a lot of things.
Yeah, he's only got one. He's got 4 Big Game Hunter, 3 for Titan Slayer,
Well, he wouldn't
1
have
for
gotten
Old School.
anything from Big Game Hunter last turn.
Well, he's already
Anything-
maxed it. He's already maxed it.
Oh, well,
So,
he wouldn't have got anything from Old School last turn.
nah, he's not going to get any more from Old School, man. He's just going to get that 1 point for First
What's
Blood.
the life from Titan Slaves?
He's
not
already
getting
got.
any more from
Well,
that.
he's already got his 3. That's all he was ever going to get. So he's got 6 wounds through. He's dead. Okay, that's just secured the game for Jack. That was just a 3-point swing for Jack. So Jack's going to win this by
What did Jack
more. Jack just killed his Warlord.
Yeah.
So Jack's going to win this by more than he would have had they stopped last round. So even though it was the AdMech player who seemed like he was pushing for it, he might not have been. They might have already agreed for it. But it looks like in the end it was a little bit detrimental to him.
Well, good on to both of them for sticking it out. Like
And playing in such amazing spirits, like literally playing in incredible spirits all the way through.
Very impressed.
Yeah, amazing dudes. Both of their first games on stream, they were really nervous coming into it, and yeah, well done to both of them.
And if Jack's family is still here after 3 long hours,
He's locked it down, guys.
Hi, Jack's family.
17 to 24. Look at that. What was a 2-point win turned into a 7-point win. Very interesting stuff.
Pretty sure Jack lives here.
Oh, really?
It's just a it's a,
Jack Daniels, yeah.
yeah.
Gosh, darn it, Diffie. That's fair. I've had a few poo-poos. They're just double checking the scores. Okay, he's gotten 1 more point for Old School because he did kill a unit in his last turn. He killed a Land Raider. So that was 1 more point to be added on there. So it's probably going to be a 5-point difference.
yeah, loving it. We've got Ash Cross here, the other TO. Yeah. And,
Logistics.
yeah,
Oh, the neck.
long time narrow court veteran.
He is.
Been logistics dog for years, running the whole show.
We definitely wouldn't be without him.
I'm the important one.
All right, we
The
are.
others just filling info.
We are
He
just.
drives the truck that the tables come on.
We are just waiting for finalised scores and a handshake, and we will be wrapping this up, guys. Tomorrow morning we'll be starting from 9 o'clock in the morning with Game 4. We will be streaming the top tables for Game 4 and Game 5, and you will see the champion of Terracon 2019 crowned. Looks like they've finalised it now. Have a handshake.
So
please.
that's 9 a.m. Adelaide time, 9:30
9:30
East Coast time.
East Coast, yeah, 9:30 for Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne. Here's the handshake. Ends 18 to 24. Well done, Jack.
Well done, Jack.
All right. It's just one and done. Okay, thank you so much for joining us for that, guys. That was a 3 hours and 20 minutes straight stream. Brutal game, really well played in the end by Jack. I thought he was definitely going to go down there.
Yeah.
But nah, he pulled out some schmick moves in the last turn. Ended up getting 7 points or 6 points in the last turn.
Solid effort.
Solid
see that
effort.
happening.
Me neither. I thought he was going to get 2. So well done to him.
Well done to Jack and
And pop to Andrew. Well done, Andrew. Like first time on stream, and they played really well. And they're just exchanging dice, as good sports do. Look at that, the dice exchange.
I love that.
So do I, man. All right, we are going to end it there. See you beautiful people tomorrow. Thank you for those who have subscribed. Thank you to our new Patreon. That is fucking fantastic. You are a champion. And thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace out. I'm going to go
Peace.
to the pub and get some food.
That's it.
Oh, my voice.